Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you. May I have everyone's attention up here, please? Good morning. Thank you. Welcome to our May 21st, 2026 Special Magistrate hearing for the Building Division. If there's anyone who wishes to speak at today's proceedings, please stand and raise your right hand. For those of you who are in line, you can raise your hand. Thank you. Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings? Thank you. You all may be seated. At this time, please silence all of your devices. Our first case is a new business case on page 4, Inspector Wilson Quintero, Jr., property address 2750 North Federal Highway, owner Hound House Holdings, LLC, case number BE 26020176. Notice posted at the property on 4/14/26. Notice posted at 1 East Borough Boulevard on 5/7/26.
Morning, sir. State your name for the record, please. Okay. So what is the for Laura?
Good morning, Inspector Wilson Quintero, Jr., presenting on behalf of the city. Case and address as read. This case was first opened on March 2nd, 2026, following a neighbor complaint. An inspection was conducted, and after speaking with our landscaping department and checking our system, the following violations were found. 47-21.15.f.3, a tree was removed from this B1 zone property without first obtaining a permit. It shall be unlawful to remove a tree without first obtaining a tree removal permit. 3 live oak trees were removed without first obtaining a permit. This case will be brought to the special magistrate to request an imposition of fines of $1,000 per tree for an irreparable and irreversible violation. 47-22.9. Painted flat wall signs have been erected without the required permits from the city of Fort Lauderdale. Inspection report was generated and mailed out to the owner listed on BCPA records. Case was also scheduled for this magistrate hearing on the same day due to the nature of the tree removal violation. Pre-hearing inspection conducted on 5/19/2026 revealed both violations remain at this time. No permit applications had been submitted as of that date. I did obtain contact from the attorney who's here representing ownership on April 27, 2026. City is requesting the imposition of civil fines as described in the Enforcement Civil Remedies Ordinance 47-21.15.J.1.A.I of $1,000 per tree plus a monetary payment to the tree canopy fund for twice the equivalent value of the trees. For both violations, we're requesting 119 days to obtain the required permits or a fine of $100 a day thereafter. We have a member of our landscaping who's going to speak on behalf of the trees that were removed and the landscaping portion of the violation.
Good morning.
Yep. I'm Laura Tooley, urban forester.
Is there anything you want to say?
Okay. The trees that were removed, I just want to bring to your bring to the master's attention. Trees that were removed have been in place for a very long time on Federal Highway, and were grandfathered in, essentially, having been planted many years ago. I don't know that.
What do you mean by grandfathered in?
That they were there by as allowed 40 years ago.
Are you saying they would not be allowed now?
They may not be allowed to be planted back as mitigation. So I have a concern that perhaps an on-site landscape installation permit may be required as well.
Have you talked to the respondent about how you would remedy this?
No, I have not. I was asked to just clarify,
Okay.
here to see how your remedy, you might like to remedy as well.
Well, the trees aren't going back to where they were, right? Is that what I'm hearing?
Federal Highway is under the state jurisdiction, so they would have to make that determination if they would allow it or not. And there's a chance that they will not.
Do you think there's a good chance they would not?
Fair chance.
Yeah. Yes. Good morning. Good.
You got to turn your mic on, press the button, and then state your name, please.
Okay. Ian Berkowitz. I'm here on behalf of Hound House Holdings.
Yes.
Good morning. Let me just tell you a little bit about who my client is, what the facility does, and everything. I'm glad the arborist is here so that we can go over this, because there's no doubt that what I will tell you related to the reasons and the purposes will be crystal clear, and there is no way that these trees can be put in. And my client has found an alternative area for canopy trees, has already dealt with it, so I don't really see where it has to go, but I will definitely explain. My client has owned the property for the last 4 years. It's a 24/7, 365 animal hospital. Clearly, it requires water and electricity 24/7. Based upon that, in mid-February, there was a water break, and little to no water was going to the facility, in addition to spotty electric. They had to go out and find 2 contractors. They first contacted a tree contractor because a plumber came out and determined that the water break was because of the root system. They also determined, and I have a letter from the tree contractor stating that when they were planted, they were not planted correctly in the right area because of the type of a tree and the way that the canopy hangs over federal
Sorry,
highway.
let me just, so are you contesting that the trees didn't, I'm not sure what the point of all this
Well,
is.
what I'm saying is that based upon the root system of those trees, they shouldn't have been planted there in the first place because it impacted both water and electricity to the facility. Okay? The only reason why it was dealt with the way that it was is because the hospital was out.
But you could have applied for a tree removal permit, right?
Well, I have
Yeah, I mean, you could have, and then
Correct.
those issues could have been raised.
Correct. And I did apply. Okay?
After the fact, though, right?
Correct, after the fact. Okay? So the client came in, they need to remedy the situation immediately because of the nature of their business. And so the assumption was that both the contractor, both the plumbing contractor as well as the tree contractor were going to make applications as per their agreements with my client. When I found out that that wasn't the case, obviously now I've been working with the city. I've even emailed often with Ms. Hassan. My goal is to get everything dealt with and correctly dealt with. The permitting is done on the trees. I don't believe that because of the extenuating circumstances as to the emergency nature.
Here's the deal. I mean, we don't determine this morning where they go.
Oh,
So
I
if they're
understand
going to
that.
go somewhere else, that's up to the parties that be, and I'm fine with that.
Right.
They're only asking me to make a determination that the trees were removed without a permit, which I don't think you're contesting. You're not contesting that.
Well, what I'm saying is it's an emergency situation, and the contractor should have done it, but because it was an emergency situation, it had to be remedied first. And so I have evidence. I have no problem showing you the letter.
I know, but what do you want me to do with that evidence?
Well,
I mean, they're asking for a $1,000 fine for each tree that's been removed.
So I'd like some type of a reduction so that it's more befitting based upon the circumstances that my client had to deal with.
Thank you, Your Honor. Rhonda Montoya Hassan with the City Attorney's Office. So as Landscape Division testified, those trees have been there for decades without incident. So we would like to stick to the $1,000 per tree.
And if you don't mind, I would like to also show the issue of the visibility that was blocking with these trees, because this area of Federal Highway is heavily trafficked. The ingress and egress coming out
but you
was a
could have
hazard.
dealt with this if you had applied for a permit.
Understand.
The problem that we have this morning is that you didn't. I know you're telling me it was an emergency, that you needed to act quickly, but I think that can be handled through the permit process anyway.
Understood, and that's why I've done that. So I want to remedy it, and I'm asking for something less than what the city is asking for purposes of fine as consideration.
All right, I'm going to impose the fine, $1,000 per tree. The respondent will be given 119 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $100 a day. Thank you, sir.
Okay. The second issue is dealing with the painting, and the painting of the exterior is...
Wait a minute. That's
the sign permit. They need to obtain a sign permit for the painted wall sign that they have. So they have to go through permitting for the sign that was painted on the wall that...
Okay, yes.
There is no sign.
Wait a minute, I'm sorry. How much time are you looking to give them?
Same, 119 days.
Okay, go ahead.
So the issue with that is that, and I've communicated with the city. My client, the exterior of the facility was in bad shape. They had a client of theirs that's an artist. He wanted to do a mural. That's what he did. He was supposed to, again, know the rules as to what needed to be done for permitting. He didn't. The mural was done. I'm in the process, even as I applied for the permit related to the trees. I myself tried to do the permitting yesterday. I could not, for the life of me, figure out how to deal with the sign permit, although I know that Mr. Pasquello emailed me yesterday, as well as Ms. Hassan. I have no problem getting proper assistance and getting the proper permit done so it could be dealt with. I was even told I have to deal with zoning because they may have to approve the type of mural there it is. So I have no problem being able to come into
Hold on.
compliance.
Hey, folks, in the back, we kind of keep it. I'm having a hard time hearing here. They're looking to give you 119 days to come into compliance.
If that would be to be able to deal with permitting, that can happen so long as I get instruction. The mural is done.
Well, again,
It's 119 days to compliance.
right. I mean, is there going to be a problem with the mural, you think, or not?
They may have a problem with the dimensions, the size, but all of that, when they go through the permitting process, will be explained to them on what exactly is required as far as the size and everything.
I have no problem permitting today. However, I don't know if we're going to be able to get through the entire process within that period.
Well, we can do an order to reappear. I don't really know why it would take. That's how many months is that? That's 4 months to get through a sign permit process.
I don't know what
If
the
the sign's
city's...
up, you do the application. I mean,
Correct.
whatever. All right, we'll give them 119 days, $100 a day. In order to reappear, I'll give you an opportunity to come back if there's some complications.
Fair enough. I
Okay.
appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 19. Wilson, are you ready, or you want me to? Okay. Inspector Wilson Quintero Jr., property address 2811 Northeast 40th Street, case number BE 2508-0002, owner Gordon W. Latz Trust. This case was first heard on 11/20/25 to comply by 11/30/25. One section complied at $100. Total accrued fines $14,300. The city is requesting to reduce to administrative costs.
Morning, sir. State your name for the record, please.
Press the button, Mr. Lutz.
Okay.
How's that? Okay, very good. Chad
Thank
Latz.
you. I heard you. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll let them go.
All right. City of Inspector Wilson Quintero Jr. presenting on behalf of the city. Case and address as read. This was a mandatory reappearance. No, sorry, this is the wrong one I'm reading here. Case and address as read. Violation 18-11B is complied as of April 23rd, 2026. Property owner is elderly, doesn't reside at the property. His son, Mr. Latz, that's here, Chad Latz, is present. He's been tasked with overseeing the property. He's been very communicative through the process, and he lives out of state, so he's been back and forth. And so in lieu of the circumstances, the city is requesting the administrative costs, which are $1,367.06.
Morning. They're looking to waive the fine and reduce the administrative costs. Do you have anything you want to say about that?
I do. I just wanted to thank Inspector Quintero and the City of Fort Lauderdale for the professionalism in helping us navigate this situation. My father, who's 84, is undergoing some severe health-related issues, and including cognitive decline. So the notices that had been sent to his address, for which he was no longer residing, had not made their way to me as the person responsible for what was going on.
Okay.
I wanted to see if there was any consideration of further lenience on the administrative charges, if possible.
No, I think the city needs to recoup their administrative costs. We're waiving the $14,000 fine, which is what I'm going to do, and I'll impose the administrative costs. Okay?
I'm satisfied with that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Inspector Quintero.
Our next case is on page 12. Inspector Andrew Gebbia, property address 405 Northeast 3rd Street, owner Chip Holdings LLC, case number BE 26010047. This notice was posted at the property on 4/24/26, posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 5/7/26. This is a new business case.
Morning, ma'am. State your name for the record, please.
Good morning.
Press.
Christy Armada. I'm an attorney for the property owner, Chip Holdings.
And maybe when you go, you can just leave it alone so it's, we don't have to keep pressing it. So. Yes.
Good morning, Andrew Gebbia, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This property was cited for violation under Florida Building Code 105.1, work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to work in the right-of-way without permit, doing concrete, sidewalk, and curb. This case was opened up on 1/7/2026. The inspection report was mailed on 1/9/2026, and the special magistrate was scheduled on 2/11/2026. I visited this site on January 7, 2026. When I arrived, there was no work going on. I spoke with the supervisor. His name was Michael. He stated that his office thought that the permit in this for this case, which is ROW-SW-250800021, was issued with the other permits, which they had other permits for the project. When they found out it was not issued, they stopped working. I left. Now, they continued working after I left. I came back and issued a stop work order, but they were finishing the concrete. They have their permit submitted. They're waiting for an approved MOT and site approval. So the city is requesting the special magistrate to find that the violations exist and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a $50 a day fine thereafter. The respondent is here to speak.
What's an MOT?
Maintenance of traffic.
Okay. Yes.
There was a placeholder permit in place. The permits were applied for before the work was done. There was obviously a misunderstanding whether or not this particular one was issued. Since the violation and it coming into awareness, the requested plans have been requested. We expect them any day. 119 days is plenty of time to come into compliance. We believe.
All right, I'm going to find that the violation exists. It doesn't seem to be in dispute. Respondent will give it 119 days, which would be September 17th, to come into compliance or face fine of $50 a day. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 18, Inspector Severian Onescu, property address 2895 Northeast 32nd Street, 106. Owner Daniel A. Ranger, case number BE25020215. This case was first heard on 10/16/25 to comply by 2/19/26. One section complied at $50. Total accrued fines $1,550. City is requesting to reduce to administrative costs.
Good morning, sir. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Director Professor.
Yeah.
Daniel Ranger.
Okay.
Good morning, Your Honor. Severian Onescu, Building Inspector for the city. Presenting the case and address as read. This case has complied, and the city is requesting the magistrate to impose admin fees of $761.
Okay, but there's a fine of $1,550. You're looking to waive that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes.
I'd just like to state, in September of 23, I came to my residence. I didn't have air conditioning. I hired a contractor. He came out, gave me a price, and then the next day installed the air conditioning. I paid for it. I had no idea.
Yeah.
And then about a
He
year.
would have known, though. He would have known. The contractor would have known
right,
that he
so that's
needed
what
a permit.
because I had other work done there, like I had plumbing work, and that plumbing contractor took care of all the permits.
Right,
And I
right.
had my cabinets.
He didn't take care of it, and he should have. But
Right.
anyway, they're looking to waive the fine and impose
I
it.
tried to do everything right, is all. I'm
No,
saying.
no, I'm going to waive the fine,
Okay,
and I'm going to impose the administrative costs. I think the city's entitled to get their costs back. That would be $761 in administrative costs, and I'll waive the rest of the fine.
okay, thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
How do I?
Thank you, thank you. Talk to staff. They'll work with you.
Our next case is on page 3. Inspector Severian Onescu, property address 1044 Northeast 18th Ave, owner Galleria Lofts Condominium Association, Inc., case number BE26040044. Notice posted at the property on 4/13/26. Notice posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 5/7/26. This is a new business case.
Good morning, sir. Can you state your name
Hi,
for the record?
good morning. Christopher Mark Reed on behalf of the respondent.
Okay.
Severino Ionescu, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This property was cited for violation under 2020 National Electrical Code 240-24A. Circuit breakers and switches containing fuses shall be readily accessible. And B, each occupant shall have ready access to all overcurrent devices protecting the conductor supplying that occupancy. There is currently no accessible means for either occupant to reach the electrical circuit breaker serving Garage C and Garage D, Building 1044, resulting in no access by each respective occupant to the required overcurrent protection as shown on approved plans. Per the approved plans, Unit 201 is identified as Unit C, Unit 202 is identified as Unit D. Garage C was approved electrically wired and has panel access from Unit C 201 and vice versa for Garage D and Unit D 202. The garages are currently assigned incorrectly and are not being used as approved. Unit C 201 is occupying the garage approved for Unit D 202. Unit D 202 is occupying the garage approved for Unit C 201, according to approved set of plans. An inspection report was mailed on April 9, 2026. Magistrate hearing was scheduled on April 9, 2026. The city is requesting the magistrate to find that the violation exists and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter. The respondent is here to speak.
How do they comply?
It's probably going to be a civil matter. The easiest would be to just switch the garages. I think, well, that's my...
Switch the garages? I don't understand.
Oh, that's...
Just a minute, folks. I want to hear the city's perspective. Go ahead.
So basically, this garage, in my opinion, was built to service the other apartment. So now the circuit breakers for this garage are in the other apartment's panel in the house, in the apartment, and vice versa.
So is this, did you change the wiring?
They have a couple of options. The easiest one would be for them to switch the garages.
On the plan? To amend
No, to switch the garages altogether. One apartment to occupy the other garage. Or rewire the whole. These are like.
Are those the two options? They switch the garage or they rewire it?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Essentially, as your magistrate probably understands, it's kind of a complicated situation. The association agrees there is a problem. We just need time to fix it. Essentially, when this case was first brought, it was a separate violation for the improper wiring. That case was abandoned or dismissed, and the new violation filed. When we received the first violation notice, we sent the owners basically a demand letter to rewire their garages and correct the situation. And had they failed, the association would have gone in and rewired them and taken the corrective action and billed the owners accordingly. However, one of the owners responded to that demand saying, well, no, that's not the case. It's not improper wiring. It's the improper assignment. We had to investigate, research that. It appears that is probably the correct.
Well, here's the one thing I'm not going to do. I'm not going to get caught in the dispute between the homeowners. Let me finish. The homeowner association and the units. There's a violation there. They're looking to give you 119 days to come into compliance. How you remedy that is between you and the people that live there. So if we're looking to resolve that today, that isn't going to happen.
Oh, yeah, we will probably need to file legal action, which means since it's a condo in accordance with the statutes, we have to do a pre-suit mediation demands.
I'm charged with making a determination as to whether a code violation exists. Nobody's disputing that it does, okay? So, again, I'm not going to get into today. I'll leave that to the parties to figure out how they remedy that. That's between them. So I'm going to find that the violation does exist. They're going to give you 119 days to come into compliance. Let's do an order to reappear, which would mean that you could come back and then, tell us where you're at.
Yes, we're going to try to get the owners to agree. Currently, they're disputing it, so legal action is likely.
Well, again, I got a gentleman raising
Yeah.
his hand behind me, which makes me think that he wants to talk about those kinds of things, and I'm not going to. I'm not going to talk to him about it. That's not, it's you guys have to figure out how to
I just
resolve
want
it.
to make sure that the code violation stays on the building and doesn't come to us, because
All right,
it
all
is
right.
wired correctly.
Okay, all right.
According to the
All right,
plans,
all right,
according to the
all right,
code.
thank you. I'll leave it, 119 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $100 a day. And I will do an order to reappear on September 17th, if the parties need to.
Thank
Okay?
you.
Thank you, folks.
Our next case is on page 28. Inspector Andrew Gebbia. Property address 805 Southwest 22nd Ave. Owner Diego D. Ruiz Sandoval. Sandra Sandoval Soto. Case number BE 2408-0163. This case was first heard on 2/20/25. To comply by 6/19/25. Fine suspended as noted. One section not complied at $50. Total accrued, the city is requesting to impose the full amount of $13,950, which continues to accrue.
Good morning. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Sandra Sandoval.
Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth, to translate from Spanish to English and from English to Spanish? Thank you.
Okay, let me hear from the city, please.
Andrew Gebbia, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This case is partially complied. The respondent is here to speak on her behalf.
But what's complied? Is the bathroom?
No, the pool is complied. The pool and the sub-permits for the pool is complied. What is not complied is the bathroom that they had installed. They are having issues with the contractor regarding things like workers' comp and
Okay.
there's a little laundry list of stuff. Incorrect permit application with the qualifier.
Well,
So she's trying to
think-
remedy it.
I think what they're probably going to ask me is to consider whether there'd be additional time granted.
Yes,
Think that would be
that is what.
appropriate?
Yes, exactly.
Do you have some sense of how much time that would be?
I would recommend 56 days.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Is there anything, could you explain to her that the city's requesting that be extended for 56 days, which I'm inclined to do?
Está pidiendo que le den una extensión de 56 días and stop the fines, right?
Yeah, I'll suspend the fines during that period of time. There are existing fines, but yeah, I'll suspend them during that period of time.
So, de este punto, en 56 días se van a parar la comunicación, no se van a seguir acumulando. Usted tiene multas, pero en el plazo de los 56 días no van a cobrar más nada. ¿Está de acuerdo?
Yeah. Sí, gracias.
Sí.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 5. Chief Martinez, property address 2000 South Ocean Drive. They left? Okay. 2000 South Ocean Drive? Oh, okay. Owner, Everglades House Condo Apartments, Inc. Case number BE 2602-0027. Notice posted at the property on 4/22/26. Posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 5/7/26.
Morning, folks. State your name for the record, please.
Good morning, John Delaney, President of the Board of Governors, Everglades House Condominium, Inc.
Good morning, sir. Andres Marmolejo, Property Manager for Everglades House.
Good morning, Chief Martinez, representing the city. Case and address as read. The report was submitted, but repairs are required. The city is requesting 180-day extension for the owner to complete the repairs and submit a new report or fines of $100 per day thereafter.
Yes, sir. Anything you want to add?
That's fine.
Okay. All right, I'll find that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 180 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $100 a day. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 18. Inspector Severian Anescu, property address 3055 East Commercial Boulevard. Owner, East Commercial Boulevard Property LLC. Case number BE 2502-0026. This case was first heard on 7/17/25 to comply by 9/18/25. Fine suspended as noted. One section not complied at $100. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $18,100, which continues to accrue.
Morning, sir. State your name for the record, please.
Yes, Mark Mucci, on behalf of the owner.
Okay.
Severianescu, building inspector for the city, presenting the case and address as read. This case has not complied. I will allow the respondent to speak.
Yes, you were here about 30 days ago. We asked for a 30-day extension. There were two outstanding issues at that time, one to do with electrical, one to do with mechanical. We believe that everything has been brought current as of the 18th. The only two outstanding issues at this time are the payment of two permit fees, one for the electrical and one for the mechanical.
City opposed to a 30-day extension?
Yeah, they do have the electrical and mechanical permits. They're awaiting initial fees, so that should be ready to go.
Does compliance require the inspection, final inspection?
Yes, they do.
Has that been done?
They will require.
Oh, I thought they did just. I thought he said they did have permits.
No,
it's
awaiting initial fee payments.
All right, got to pay the fee for that. Okay.
But they do have they received the corrections of 518 for the master permit, so they still have the city has to respond.
City, are you opposed to 30 days?
No, I'm not. No.
30 days?
Yes, sir.
28, I'm told. 28 would be June 18th. Okay. Order to reappear? Don't have a hearing that day. Do they need to come back?
No.
Okay, no. June 18th.
June 18th will be a
No,
inspection.
I think what they're looking for is to give you to June 18th to come into compliance. I'll suspend the fines during that period of time.
And
June 18. It's
coming to compliance means just making the two payments.
Well, I'll let you talk about what compliance is.
Subject to the expansion. Yep.
We'll talk.
Okay.
Okay,
Very good.
I'm
Thank
not
you.
doing it in order to reappear.
Understood. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Our next case is on page 31. Inspector Severian Anescu, property address 2021 Southeast 10th Ave. Owner Village East. You want me to call a different case, Severian?
Yeah, could you?
Okay. Okay, hold on, 2021. Okay, 2021 Southeast 10th Ave, owner Village East Condo Association, Inc., case number BE 2508-0045. This case was first heard on 1/15/26 to comply by 5/21/26. One section not complied.
Morning, ma'am. State your name for the record, please.
Lisa Friedlieb, counsel for the association.
Okay.
Severianescu, building inspector for the city, presenting the case and address as read. This case has not complied. I will allow the respondent to speak.
Thank you very much. We had a untenable general contractor, Pegasus Construction and Roofing. The company ended up leaning the association and refused to provide specific information relating to the 6 buildings where the permits were out of compliance. The association hired Scarlett and Company January 2026 to go in and evaluate what needed to be done with regard to each of the buildings so it could hire a general contractor who would then take the permit, put it into its name, and be able to complete the work. We have filed suit against Pegasus and Company. Those matters have been defaulted. We were able to get the liens removed, and also we had to get a temporary restraining order against the owner of the company, David Mason, as he was coming on and harassing unit owners and trying to essentially extort them for money. Even though the permit was expired, he was acting as if he was able to still do the work. Having said that, we are requesting a 6-month extension of time, which would allow us to get the bids out, retain a general contractor, and move forward in good faith. We are also requesting that the $50 a day fine be suspended in lieu of the association's actions moving forward. Thank you.
Thank you. City opposed?
6 months?
How much time do you want to give?
I mean, yeah, it's okay.
I mean, it's up to you.
No.
No, just, no, I'm sorry.
Do we speak?
Mm-hmm.
So you can.
No, who, are you, right?
I'm the general contractor.
Okay, no, we're not going, you're not a party. You're not a party. I'm sorry, sir.
But it is.
Hold, just stop, folks. Stop, Fox. This is a quasi-judicial proceeding. There's ways that this is handled. You're not a party. What do you want to give?
3 months with order to reappear.
Okay, let's do, 3 months would be what? 90 days? 91 days? That would be August 20th with an order to reappear, suspend the fine during that period of time.
Thank you very much. I
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Thank you, folks.
This is recorded though.
Yes.
It's actually recorded, so everything they said can be
Yes.
very easily.
Okay, yeah, this case is done, though. Thank you very much. It is recorded, though, yes.
Yeah, how do you get the copy?
Well, I'll let you talk to staff about that. Thank you, sir.
Our next case is on page 27. Senior Inspector Alexander Boris, property address 3051 Northeast 47th Court. Owner Wayne House Association, Inc. Case number BE 2308-0031. This case was first heard on 11/21/24 to comply by 116/25. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $6,300, which continues to accrue. There are 5 extensions noted.
Good morning, ma'am. You state your name for the record, please.
Rosemary Silva Zion. Good morning.
Do you represent the association?
I do.
Alexander Labores, Building Inspector for the city, updating you on case number and address as read. The property was cited for violation of City Ordinance 9-280C for deteriorated porches, balconies, including but not limited to steel columns, also in disrepair. The case is not complied. Recently, the building concrete restoration permit was issued. Permit number BLD-CRES-25090235. Respondent is here to speak.
Sure.
Just a minute.
Excuse me. Can you guys take this conversation outside, please? Thank you.
There must be some sort of story behind here because there's an awful lot of suspensions.
Yes,
Here's
that is
what I want to
correct.
get a sense from you. And I'm going to listen to you, of course, but I want to get a sense of what the city's view is. If you think that additional time is warranted, let me know that.
At this time, yes, because the permit, there's more to the story. There was a separate case for unsafe structure regarding the seawall. It was over 100 feet of seawall. That was phase 1. So that case was addressed. Project completed. Now they're tackling the concrete restoration. Okay. It went through its association, so it goes through the bidding process, design, and all that.
You guys talked about a period of time?
How much time
The
looking for
contractors
completion?
started on the north side. They've already begun phase 1 of putting in weather walls and removing windows. They're replacing the columns, and they believe by the end of October, the entire project will be completed.
Yes, city supports
180 days?
180 days, yes.
All right, we'll extend the time for 180 days. The fines will be suspended during that period of time. You want to do an order to reappear?
Yeah, let's do 182.
182, which would be November 19th, and an order to reappear. All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 6. Wait, is that the one we just... Our next case is on page 6. Senior Inspector Alexander Boris, property address 412 Southeast 16th Street, 1-6. Owner NRC Global LLC. Case number BE 251-00220. Notice posted at the property on 4/14/26. Notice posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 5/7/26.
Good morning, sir. State your name for the record, please.
Tom Regler, the owner of the property.
Okay.
Alexander Labores, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case number and address is read. The property was cited for violation of Florida Building Code 2023, Section 105.1 for work without permit for work done in all 6 units, kitchen and bathrooms,
Hold on,
including...
I'm sorry, just a minute. Can you ask those people to take it down
Hello? Kay, can you make them, have them go downstairs, please? Thank you.
Thanks. We're picking them up on the microphone. Yes, go ahead.
The property was cited for violation of Florida Building Code 2023, Section 105.1, work without permit for work done in all 6 units, kitchen and bathrooms, including building, electrical, plumbing, and mechanical. The permits have been applied for and are currently under review. City is requesting for the magistrate to find violation exists and to grant the property owner 56 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter, and for the order to be recorded.
Order to reappear?
No.
No?
Order to be recorded.
Order to be recorded. Yes.
No, we agree.
Okay. All right, that's simple enough. I'll find that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 56 days to come into compliance, which would be July 16th, or a fine of $50 a day.
Thank
Good
you.
luck to
Thank you very
sir.
much.
Good luck.
Our next case is on page 23, Senior Inspector Preston Mark. Property address 301 Southwest 21st Street. Owner Matt J. Baker. Case number BE 2408-0294. This case was first heard on 3/20/25 to comply by 7/17/25. Fine suspended as noted. One section complied at $50. Total accrued fines $5,800. City is requesting to reduce to administrative costs of $1,675.
Morning, sir. State your name for the record, please.
Matt Baker.
Okay, thank you.
Preston Mark, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address is read. This case has not has complied. The city is requesting that fines be imposed of $1,675.
Well, actually, that's administrative costs, right?
Administrative.
You're looking to waive the fine itself.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Anything you want to add?
Yes, please. This violation obviously, like I said, exists, but I bought this house. I'm not a property developer. I bought it, and all of this stuff was done maybe 40 years ago and wasn't brought to my attention. It's cost me around $50,000. It's a brand new, it's my first.
Which is why I assume that they're asking that the fine be reduced, waived.
What I'm asking is even more help. This
No,
is
I'm going to
costing me.
impose the administrative cost. All right.
Understood.
I'm going to waive the fine. The administrative cost of $1,675 will be imposed. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is at the bottom of page 32. Inspector Wilson Quintero Jr. Property address 2425 Northwest 67th Court. Case number BE 25070258. Owner Amber Armelino. Homestead exempted Joseph L. Bertuccio. This case was first heard on 2/19/26 to comply by 6/18/26. One section not complied at $50.
Morning, ma'am. State your name for the record, please.
Amber Armelino.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning, Inspector Wilson Quintero Jr. presenting on behalf of the city. Case and address as read. This is a request for extension by the homeowner in lieu of there being no hearing in June. So you gave them order for 119 days, which would bring to June 18th. They still hadn't applied for the permit up until last month, but the permit was actually applied for on the 18th. Permit number BLD-GN-26050371 is in the plan set submitted stage. So just in case the permitting, we're trying to help them expedite the permitting, but just in case the permitting doesn't go through by June 18th is why she's here to ask for an extension since there's no hearing in June, because then the fines would start and, then it'd be a different issue. So we're trying to get an extension
All right,
from
so
the
the
June
extension
18th.
would be from starting in June?
Starting June 18th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yep, we would just like an extension
Yeah.
from
So
that.
are you okay with it? What, 119 days? I think that's what she's asking. How many days do you need?
It's in the
Yeah.
city's hands at this point, so.
Yeah, I don't foresee it taking too long. Joe, I don't know, permitting for that. I mean, they have the Board of Adjustment approval.
63
so
days?
They have,
If you have the Board of Adjustment approval, it
Yeah.
should be pretty quick.
Okay, 63 days.
okay,
Okay.
that works.
All right?
Yep. Not
91.
opposed, yeah.
91. That'll
All
be,
right.
that would be September 17th.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you, guys.
Thank you.
Our next case
Fine
is
will
on
be
page...
suspended during that period of time. Okay. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Our next case is on page 8, Senior Inspector Preston Mark. Property address 1130 Southwest 6th Street. Owner Jason B. Pearl. Case number BE 26010185. Notice posted at the property on 5/6/26. Book posted at 1 East Road Boulevard on 5/7/26.
All right, sir, can you state your name for the record?
Hi,
I think you turned it off.
Sorry. Good morning. I'm Jason Pearl, the homeowner.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Preston Mack, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. There are several expired permits related to this case. Case is not in compliance. The respondent is here to speak.
Yes, sir.
Well, my understanding, I believe, is that there's only one permit issue that is yet to be cleared up. I believe originally you had notified me of a few, and I think all but one have
It
already
looks like
been
the
rectified.
agenda refers to one, an electrical permit?
Yeah.
So is that what we're
Okay.
looking with one
That's
permit?
the one permit that is still expired.
So basically, I hired a company a while ago to redo my backyard. I'm sure you hear it quite a bit. I thought the work was finished. The person who owned the company apparently retired and moved to another state. I was notified of the four different permit issues that I thought had all been taken care of. I worked on and cleared up the first three. This last one is relating to the electrical and I believe ceiling fans for an outdoor cabana.
Right.
I did speak with I had to look up to find out who the company used for that electrical work. I did speak with that gentleman, confirmed that the work was finished. However, I thought it was an issue like the others previously where I can just have a final inspection. Mr. Mark notified me that the permits would have to be renewed.
Okay.
So
How much time do you think you need?
as much as reasonable. For full clarification, I hired a new contractor, a new electrician. They've already submitted the change of contractor and the renewal permit. So I hope it's just a nominal amount of time. I just don't really know how the process plays out.
Yeah, I understand. 56 days?
The city will support 119 days to come
119
in
days.
compliance, or $50 a day thereafter.
All right, I'll give you 119 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 7, Senior Inspector Alexander Boris. Property address 2419 East Commercial Boulevard, 100. Owner, Parenco LLC, case number BE 25090076. Notice posted at the property on 4/20/26, posted at Waynesboro Boulevard on 5/7/26.
2419 East Commercial.
Maybe he stepped outside. All right, we'll recall that one. 909 Breakers Ave. Page 31. Oh, is that the guy? Back to page 7, yes. You're for 2419? Yes. Okay, go ahead. You can step there. Are you also for 909 Breakers Avenue?
No.
Okay.
Morning, sir.
My name is Pedro Jedlica. I'm an attorney for Parenco LLC, the building owner.
Alexander Lapores, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case number and address as read. The property was cited for violation of City Ordinance 47-20.20H due to concrete spalling and deterioration within the parking facility. There are multiple ongoing cases associated with this property involving various violations. Permit BLD-CMIS-2407053 for structural repairs to the parking garage and stairs was issued on July 23, 2025. In November 2025, the contractor withdrew from the project and subsequent change of contractor was processed. Thereafter, staff received a visit from the engineer of record at the time who expressed concerns regarding the structural integrity of the two-story parking facility. After that, staff received correspondence from the property owner advising that the engineer of record had been terminated from all projects and that a new engineer had been appointed. In response, staff provided the owner with the required change of engineer procedure and associated forms. At this time, it does not appear that substantial or progressive corrective action have been taken by the owner. The building currently remains without available parking spaces and the violation remains unresolved. City is requesting for the magistrate to find the violation exists, and to grant the property owner 28 days to come into compliance or a fine of $500 per day thereafter. Council is here to speak.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Well, this case has started with I would say, a rough start. The problem is that the previous owner passed away by the end of 2023, at the beginning of 2024. The property manager passed away a little after that, so that became part of a probate procedure. And the new administration was appointed by mid-2024. And they started meeting with the existing, at the time, engineer on record. And the engineer on record apparently raised this issue directly with the city when they were in the middle of this transition of administration. So the new administration took some time to find out what happened, asked the engineer on record. The engineer on record raised some unsafe issues, so they asked for information and the plans for the parking lot. For some reason, the plans for the parking lot were lost. The city don't have that. They have the building plans, but not the. So that gave additional, caused additional delay. Finally, last year in September.
Just a minute.
Sure.
All right, go ahead.
Yes, finally, last year in September, when they sat with the previous engineer on record and said, look, we want to know what's going on. Where are the plans? Where is the project? Why you raised this with the city?
I'm sorry, what are you asking for me?
What I'm asking is an extension because the work has been done.
How much time are you looking for?
I understand that 119 days is the exact day. They're giving us 28 days, but that's not enough.
So, if I could, Your Honor, Ronald Montoya Hassan with the City Attorney's Office. So the former engineer, that's interesting that the association fired after he raised the unsafe structure, actually did the appropriate thing to notify the city as a professional engineer of his concerns. I'm advised by the senior inspector that shoring is in place, but there's no permit for that. Obviously, structural disrepair, as clearly evidenced by the photos. You don't need to be an engineer to see that there are issues with the building. We'd like to keep to that time frame and that dollar amount because it could potentially be a very serious life safety violation, and we need diligent and quick movement going forward. Have no problem with an order to reappear in the 56 days, but we'd like to stick to the 28 days.
Just a minute. So you would be looking for an order that gave him 28 days, but an order to reappear on the 56th day?
Because there's no, yes, sir, because there's no hearing in 28 days.
It's probably page 4. Okay. Yes, sir.
Yes, what I'm saying is that there's an emergency shoring that was already finished.
When was that installed?
They began working on March. And I understand that's been, they're actually paying maintenance every month to keep it. And
they didn't apply for a permit to do that, did they?
What they told me, or what the general contractor told me, is that because it was an emergency shoring, it didn't require a permit. Wait a minute.
They don't need a permit because it's an emergency?
That's what they told me.
Okay.
And but then they applied for that. They are negotiating right now the contract for the
They don't need a permit for the structures to hold the thing up. Does that seem plausible to you?
I understand. I totally understand.
I mean,
we just got involved and we're trying to understand what happened.
You got a building in which they're being propped up by these, and they're telling you don't probably need a permit for that?
No, I'm not saying that. That's what they told me, and then I showed up. I wanted to talk and appear. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Can I clarify this? First I want to...
Do you swear in front of tell the truth at today's proceedings? Thank you. I don't think your mic is on.
So the building code allows for emergency shoring to occur, but you're required to submit for a permit the following day.
Following day, yeah. I mean, I can see if the building was in imminent danger of collapse, you'd do something, but you would immediately file for a permit to make sure everything's okay. Has that permit been submitted?
No.
Okay. All right. I'm going to do this.
And just you see to give you
here's the deal. Here's the deal.
Okay.
I know you may have some engineering problems. You got some things internally with your client that's going on about who hired whom and all the rest. My issue is to determine. I'm only here to do one thing: to determine whether there's a violation. There clearly is. Nobody's disputing that. Okay. So the only thing we're going to talk about is the period of time. I think the city is saying, look, this is a really serious thing. It appears to be. I'm going to take that into account. I'm going to accept that recommendation. I'm going to give you 28 days to come into compliance or a fine of $500 a day. And we'll set this for order to reappear on the 56th day, which would be July 16th.
Yes, I just need to understand what you are expecting to happen within 28 days. Full construction, I don't think is possible, but they are negotiating the contract. They will try to get a permit, so it looks like very short time. So what we're happy, we're very open to move forward and talk to the inspector. We've had an issue where a client not talking to them.
I'm guessing that part of the logic here is in the 56 days, if there's really serious actions here.
Okay.
And I mean, which I haven't seen, it looks like the history of this thing is that hasn't been the case at all.
No.
So if there's a change of culture and that this is taken to the seriousness that it appears to have, that those issues might be addressed at the 56th day. But if it's me, I'm not going to make any promises about what's going to happen on that day. I'm guessing that's the logic between this.
Okay.
About this, okay?
Okay,
All right,
sounds
thanks.
good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 19. Inspector Wilson Quintero Jr. 1 second. Property address 1430 Northeast 62nd Street. Owner Niket C. Garcia Gonzalez. Case number BE 240703994. This case was first heard on 8/21/25 to comply by 10/23/25. Fine suspended as noted. One section not complied at $50. City is requested to impose the full amount of $8,700, which continues to accrue.
Morning, ma'am. State your name for the record, please.
My name is Nisat Gonzalez. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Good morning, Inspector Wilson Quintero Jr., presenting on behalf of the city. Case and address as read. This was a mandatory reappearance on a 35-day extension of time granted by magistrate duty on 4/16/2026. And this morning, Ms. Gonzalez came to me and she was able to get the permit issued today. So compliance is today. The fines that have accrued, or what was stated by staff, were requesting imposition of fines. I did get the admin costs from the clerk, and admin costs would be $2,000.02.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Sir, I need to lower the fines. I've been so busy for the past few weeks that I just had time. I told my boss I have a toothache. That's why I was able to get out and get everything ready today. I was so busy. I even had a survey on a Sunday at 6 a.m. So it's just job related that I cannot complete all this task.
This case started in August of last year, though.
Yes, sir, and I
Okay.
completed all of them.
2024.
2024. All right, I'm going to impose the fine. There is a what's the word I'm looking for? The lien amnesty process that you can go through now that it's in compliance. Okay? Thank
Yes,
you, ma'am.
sir. Thank you so much.
The ladies in the back can explain that for you.
Thank you very much.
Our next case is on page 31. Senior Inspector Alexander Boris. Property address 909 Breakers Ave. Owner Breakers of Fort Laud Condo Association.
31.
Case number BE 25120097. This case was first heard on 1/15/26 to comply by 3/17/26. Fine suspended as noted. One section not complied at $50.
Morning, ma'am. State your name for the record, please.
I'm the attorney for the Breakers, Nicole Bloom-Dion.
Alexander Alvarez, Building Inspector for the city, updating you on case number and address as read. The property was cited for violation of City Ordinance 9-280C for building parts not maintained related to the ramp structure, including the steel I-beams and round steel columns extending from the right-of-way to the second floor garage in the state of disrepair. There's a permit issue, construction, it's in progress, and the council is going to provide another update.
Yes, thank you. The city inspector had asked that they build out the stucco. Actually, I'll just skip to the end. We are just waiting, I think, for the, just for like the last pieces, the final closeout docs from Sosotec, and they should be coming on site very soon. And
Yeah, when I talked to the contractor, there was a revision. They had to make some and
Yes.
make some changes, so.
It seems to me, I'm sorry, that's rude to cut
Sorry.
you off, but it seems to, I'm trying to move it. You guys are, I think, open to an extension, it seems.
Of
to
course.
me. Yeah, so how much time do you need?
90 days.
90 days?
91 days.
91 days.
Okay.
All right, I'll extend it 91 days. Do you want to do an order to reappear or not?
Should be done by that time, right?
It should be done by that time. I think that was what we were talking about, is I may be out of town at that time also. Remember, we were talking 60.
So, okay, 60. 60 days is fine, but I don't think
do
we need
56?
we don't need an order to reappear.
I'm sorry?
We don't need an order
Okay,
to reappear.
56 days?
56. She
56
cannot.
days, which would be
60.
July 16th. They're not looking for an order to reappear, so you wouldn't have to come back.
Oh, perfect.
So if you're not going to come back, you sure you want to do 56 days, or do you want 91, since you're not coming back anyway?
Good
If
point.
I'm not coming back, let's do the 91 then.
All right,
If that's okay.
Okay,
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, 91 days, that'd be August 20th. Good luck to you.
August 20th, thank you.
thank you.
We don't have to reappear.
No,
Thank you so much.
it's fine suspended during that period of time.
Thank you. I heard that. Thank you.
Okay.
Our next case is on page 20. Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez, property address 1021 Southwest 29th Street. Owner Adriana P. and Robert A. Mercado. Case number BE 24080147. This case was first heard on 4/17/25 to comply by 8/21/25. Fine suspended as noted. One section complied at $50. Total accrued fines $5,900. The city is requesting to reduce to $500.
Inspector Martinez updating case.
I'm sorry. State your name for the record, please.
Adriana Mercado.
Okay, thank you.
Inspector Martinez updating case on behalf of the city, case number and address as read. This case is in compliance. I'm gonna let the respondent speak.
I would like to kindly request to reconsider $500, and I know it's already been reduced, but the fact is that I was given until February 19, and I complied up to February 17, but on February 23rd, a new permit was requested. It wasn't new, but it was something that just popped up, and I have proof here that it was after the 19.
Okay, I'm gonna impose the administrative costs. I think they're entitled to get their administrative costs back, so. Thank you, ma'am.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
I'm gonna waive the rest of the fine.
Our next case is also on page. Okay. Our next case is on page 29. Inspector Andrew Gebbia. Property address 1401 Riverland Road. Owner Iris Rondon. Homestead exempted Severio Arias. Case number BE 240800036. This case was first heard on 11/21/24 to comply by 1/23/25. Fine suspended as noted. City is requesting one section not complied at $50. Total accrued fines. The city is requesting to impose $21,300, which continues to accrue.
Good morning, folks. State your name for the record, please.
Hi, good morning. My name is Iris Rondon.
Silverio Arias.
Okay.
Andrew Gebbia, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This case has it's partially complied. Their fence permit is in awaiting issuance status. And now they have the permit for that pergola, which they're working on currently. The respondent is here to speak.
Are city opposed to an extension?
I do not oppose an extension.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, good morning. My name is Iris. I just asking for more time. I've been working with the contractor finally because I couldn't get in touch with him. And I went to the city a couple times. I submit the permit for the fence, but I get a wrong thinking because I thought that the permit was for the pergola and the fence. And then I spoke with Mr. Gebbia and he told me it's separate. So I will go back to the city and then
How much time do you think you need?
At least 40-something days, 43.
City opposed to 56 days?
56 days.
All right, I'll extend the time for compliance 56 days, which would be July 16th. I'll suspend the fine during that period of time. You want an order to reappear?
No, not necessary.
Thank you, folks.
Thank you, sir.
Our next case is on page 20. Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez. Property address 1531 Northwest 13th Court. Case number BE 24120139, owner Joseph Guerrera. This case was first heard on 7/17/25 to comply by 11/20/25. Fine suspended as noted. One section not complied at $50. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $5,800, which continues to accrue.
Good morning, sir. Can you state your name for the record, please?
This is Joseph Guerrero.
Okay, thank you.
Inspector Martinez, updating case on behalf of the city, case number and address as read. This case is not in compliance. I'm going to let the respondent speak.
Yes, sir.
Yes, everything he told me that everything complete already. I don't know.
I'm sorry?
Everything he told me to take out, I already did.
I'm not quite sure what's going on. Did you take the canopy down and the chicken coop and all the rest? Is it all
Okay,
gone?
I went yesterday to the property. I didn't have access, but the canopy, I think it's off. The chicken coop, I cannot see. And the structure is still there.
What's the accessory structure? What is the accessory
It's
structure?
like 2 apartments on the back.
It's apartments?
Yeah.
There's, okay.
And they
You would either have to get those approved or
Yes.
get a demo permit, right?
correct. So they applied for a permit in November.
What kind of permit? Demo permit?
No.
To get
To
the apartments
legalize.
approved?
To legalize.
Okay.
But it's only the application. No plans,
Yeah.
no nothing.
When was that? When did you apply?
November.
November of last year?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Apparently the apartments are still there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but so there's not, everything's not going, so.
This one, that's he already talked
You
to
know,
me.
here's the deal. I mean, if you've been listening, I've been granting people a lot of extensions this morning. But this is an application, you put an application in November of last year and nothing's been done. So I don't think anything's been done since November, has it? Well, the canopy maybe.
No, and the case was open on December 24.
Okay, I'm going to impose the fine. Once it's in compliance, you can apply for amnesty on the fine, okay? But you're going to have to be in compliance for that. Thank you, sir.
So if the chicken coop has been removed and the canopy has been removed, get in touch with the inspector so he can come out and verify that, and then you'll have just the accessory structure, so you can at least partially comply the
Yeah,
case.
2 things he told me, everything come out already. But the other one, he told me that he want to give me this payment for that. But I don't know, long time.
It seems like a permit application was put in November, but it's never been followed up. Okay, all right, done. Thanks. Thank you, sir. You can talk to the inspector about it.
Our next case is on page 3, Inspector Severian Onescu, property address 219 Southwest 12th Street, owner Walter J. Matthews, case number BE 24120154, notice posted at the property on 5/5/26, posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 5/7/26.
Good morning, Walter Matthews.
Thank you.
Property owner.
Okay, thank you.
I'm requesting a 119-day extension to get the permit.
Let me hear from the city first.
Oh, sure, sorry.
Severian Onescu, Building Inspector for the city, presenting the case and address as read. This property was cited for violation under Florida Building Code 2023-105.1, work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to wood porch repair. The case was opened on December 10th. Inspection report was mailed on January 23rd. Magistrate hearing was scheduled on March 6th. Upon responding to a notification from the fire department regarding a vehicle impacting the reference property, an inspection was conducted. It was determined that the vehicle struck the left side of the front porch, resulting in a removal of a structural wood column supporting the roof overhang and damage to associated wood railing. At the time of the inspection, no immediate hazard was observed and the structure appears to be safe for occupancy. However, the damaged porch components constitute a structural alteration and must be repaired under the appropriate building permits. On January 21st, our database indicates that no permit was submitted for this work and the porch has already been completed. A violation has been filed and an inspection report was sent out. The city is requesting the code board to find the violation exists and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter. The respondent is here to speak.
That's what you're asking for, isn't it?
Yes, additional time, Your Honor. I'm the victim in this. A car hit my
ran into you.
property. I'm just trying to fix it.
Yeah, I just want to clarify one thing. You asked for an extension. This is an original order, right? This is the first. So what would happen is there'll be an order issued, which gives you 119 days to come into compliance, or a fine. What was the fine amount? $50 a day after that 119 days.
Okay, so no fine currently is in place.
No.
I already have a permit pending with the city, so
Right.
we're going to
You
work
have
through it.
119 days to close it out, and if you do within that 119 days, there's no fine.
Great.
But there will be a fine if it's not closed out. I just want that on the record.
Will I have an ability to be able to request an extension of time and waive a fine thereafter? I mean, I'm right now a victim, not a victim, but...
All right, we'll do an order to reappear, which would give you an opportunity to come back.
That sounds good. That sounds good.
Hopefully, I thought I heard that the work was done.
The work was done, just there was never a permit
I
issued.
got that. I mean, but the repairs are done.
It's done,
to the
yes.
court. It's all done. So, okay, 119 days.
So if
I
it's-
wouldn't think you'd have to come back.
If it's in compliance, you don't need to come back, and if it isn't for whatever reason, then you can come back and ask for more time.
Yeah, let's do an order to reappear. I don't think you're going to need it, but yes.
Thank you. Will I get notice of the reappear? Perfect. Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 22, Senior Inspector Jose Saragusti, property address 1824 Coconut Drive, owner Brooke and David Grainer, case number BE 24080284. This case was first heard on 7/17/25 to comply by 11/20/25. Fine suspended as noted. 2 sections not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $9,000, which continues to accrue.
Morning, sir. Can you state your name for the record? I think he turned it off.
Saw a red light, I pressed it.
Yeah, there you go.
Good morning. Jose Saragusti, building inspector for the city, presented the case number as read. The case is not comply. The violation is for a large storage shed. I will let the respondent to speak.
I need to get rid of her soon.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I'm here today to respectfully request a 60-day extension, and that's to come into compliance, not to, for me to be off leash and fight this. And what compliance means is that the shed is going to be properly moved to outside the property line setbacks. Number 2, it's going to be anchored down once it's moved.
Is that on a slab?
It's not on a slab, but it still has to be anchored down. It's like metal rods or whatever you put into the earth. And then number 3, that the tent structure that's there is properly removed to outside property line setbacks and/or removed. So I'm confident that going to make some substantial progress. I was just retained, so I can kind of shepherd it towards the right path.
City opposed?
The city support 56-day extension, but this is an old case, and it will be the last time.
Extend the time by 56 days. There'll be no order to reappear. I'll suspend the fines during that period of time.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
56 days would take you to July 16th. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 26. Senior Inspector Alexander Boris, property address 1524 Southeast 13th Street. Owner Global K Investment Group, LLC, case number BE 25090099. This case was first heard on 10/16/25 to comply by 11/20/25. One section.
Hold on.
They're not here?
They just stepped out, so.
Okay, I'll recall it. Oh, you're here.
Good? You sure? Okay. Okay.
Okay. Where was I? This case was first heard on 10/16/25 to comply by 11/20/25. One section not complied at $500. City is requested to impose the full amount of $90,500, which continues to accrue.
Excuse me a second.
Good morning. State your name for the record, please.
Good morning. Frank Amsterdam. I'm the representative for the company who owns the company now, who owns the property now, Global K.
Okay. Okay, let me hear from the city. Where is he?
Alexander Labores, Building Inspector for the city, updating you on case number and address as read. The property was cited for violation of City Ordinance 9-280D for continued exposure to the elements resulting in deterioration of the wood sheathing and trusses. Case is not yet complied, and the respondent is here to speak.
Good morning. If you recall, we were here about a month ago, and there was a transfer of ownership. My client purchased the property from the prior owner, which was very difficult to deal with, and basically it took us 2-3 days after our hearing to do the closing. The city had indicated that permits would be reopened once we would be able to reopen the permits once there was new ownership showing on the Broward County Appraiser's Office, and I made a representation here last time that it would be done within a week, and it was done within the week. We have a permit runner that's been working with us to go to the city almost every day. When she went to reopen the permits, there was an issue because the permits were blocked. And we needed to do a change of architect, change of contractor. She brought in the forms. The forms weren't able to be processed because they were blocked. So we had to go back and forth a few times. They wanted the engineering report to reopen it. We brought in the engineering report. Once we did that, then they said that the permits are expired, even though the permits were told.
Are there any pictures for this?
No, because
Yeah, it's.
Long story short, last week on Wednesday, the permits were in an approved state, and the new owner started to work immediately on it. He started to remove some of the sheeting, and I have some pictures, some recent pictures.
What's the city's position?
Well, the issue is that, are you the contractor or no?
No, I'm the representative.
Is the contractor here?
The owner is here.
Okay.
Oh, the contractor, she just raised her hand.
She's the contractor? Yes. Okay. What we need to understand too is the change of contractor, the change of designer of record, the architect, all those things need to happen. What's the status on that, on the change of architect?
Change of architect was filed, change of contractor was filed, it was approved, and then yesterday it was subsequently unapproved because it was missing the suite number apparently, and that was taken care of yesterday. Certified letter and a copy was sent to the city.
My understanding is that they're working on the change of contractor, but I don't recall seeing anything regarding the change of architect.
Change of?
Yes, they said that you cannot submit to.
Wait a minute, stop. You need to come forward and state your name for the record, please. Identify yourself. It's all right.
Archavia Johnson, general contractor. So they said that we cannot do the change of architecture until the change of contract is fully approved.
Okay.
So we did submit that, and it was approved, but someone higher up denied it because the suite number was missing.
And what's the next step after you process the change of contractor and the change of architect? What's the next step?
Once someone approve it again, then I will go back into Fort Lauderdale and submit the change of architecture and submit the plans.
Submit the plans. Okay, so because the change, the sign is going to be changed, I'm assuming a little
Correct.
bit. Okay. So when's that? We're here today because of the trusses and the sheathing and this repair. What's the plan for that?
The sheeting is
But
going.
it's better if the contractor explains it.
All of that is already done. So once we get those approved, then we can go ahead and call out for an inspection. You all can come in and see everything.
So who's supervising that right now, that work that's being done?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know, as a general contractor, there needs to be an architect or an engineer supervising that work.
Correct. No, they are. So we just did only that partial, only because the city was complaining about it and being an eyesore. So that's why we fixed it.
Under what permit? I'd like to hear from her. She's the general contractor.
The permit that was reopened last week. So we was given until July of 2026.
I don't know either. Maybe.
What's the city want to do?
mean, there's definitely been some good progress moving forward.
Can we give him a little more time?
I would agree with that.
How much time you think?
I mean, this change of architect glitch or change of contractor missing suite number, that shouldn't take more than a day or two. My understanding is you just made aware of it and you submitted it yesterday. Is that correct?
Correct.
So my suggestion is go, as soon as you leave here, go see Andre Cross, who's handling it, and hopefully, we can get that completed.
28 days?
Yeah.
56 days?
No, 28.
No,
28 should be plenty.
All right, I'll extend the time for 28 days. Do you want an order to reappear?
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Okay, order to reappear, that would be...
And also keep in mind, we understand you already commenced work. You really kind of put the cart before the horse with that. But at this point, we're going to ask the inspector's request is to have an engineer certify the work that was done and make sure that it was done according to his previous assessment.
Yeah, so basically, what your engineer of record, the one that prepared the report with the recommendations for all deteriorated wood, he's the one that's going to tell us, yes, this, what we recommended, it was done like this, and he's going to give us another report saying that all the deficiencies found has been corrected as per his request and Florida Building Code minimum standards, okay? Perfect.
All right, I'll extend the time for compliance 28 days. That would be June 18th. It'll be in order to reappear to find...
We don't have a hearing.
Right, we appear on July 16th. Yes.
July 16th.
Yes, because they're fines. They've already approved $90,000 fines.
Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am, can you please sign in when you're done? Okay.
One more
There's another case, I think.
Sorry? Another case.
Okay.
Page 31, property address 1524 Southeast 13th Street, owner Global K Investment Group LLC, case number BE 26020075. This case was first heard on 4/16/26 to comply by 6/11/26. One section not complied.
What page is this on?
31.
31.
In the middle.
State your name for the record, please.
Frank Amsterdam.
Alexander Abbas, Building Inspector for the city, updating you on case number and address is read. The property was cited for violation of City Ordinance 9-259, unfit for human habitation, for deterioration to the structural parts. Respondent is here again. To request an extension.
City opposed?
The city supports it.
We would suggest, Your Honor, that we bring it all back since they're already coming to appear.
I'm going to extend it 35 days, which would from June 11th.
For both cases?
No, I'm just dealing with this one. We already dealt with the other one.
Okay, no problem.
This will be an extension of 35 days from June 11th, which will mean it'll be complied by July 16th. There'll be an order to reappear because you're already coming back anyway, maybe, if that's not in compliance. And if this isn't, you can be here. If they're both in compliance, you won't need to, but you got to have the city agree that
We'll
it's
deal
in
with it. Okay,
compliance.
that's fine.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Suspend the fines during that period of time.
On page 21, Senior Inspector Jose Sergusti, property address 804 Southwest 22nd Terrace, owner Sonia Wright Grant, case number BE 24060049. This case was first heard on 4/17/25 to comply by 8/21/25. Fines suspended as noted. One section complied at $50. Total accrued fines $8,550. City is requesting to reduce to administrative costs of $1,457.
Morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Can you state your name for the record, please?
My name is Sonia Grant.
Okay.
Senior Building Inspector Jose Saragusti, presenting the case number as read. The case is complied. The city is requesting an administrative cost of $1,457. I will let the respondent to speak.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm here today, but I really don't know what's the reason, because everything they asked for is sent over to the city. And
What they're doing, well, let me tell you why you're here.
Okay.
This is an order, this is a request to impose the fine. What they've just asked me to do is to waive your fine,
Okay.
which is $8,550. Based on their recommendation, I'm going to do that. But what I'm going to impose, the city's incurred $1,457 in administrative costs. I'm going to impose that.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Thank you,
so,
ma'am. I'm sorry, go ahead if there's something
In
else.
other way, so everything is completed now because I already
understanding
paid
it's in
some money?
compliance.
The case is compliant, yes.
Yes.
Okay, so that's it?
Yeah, so the fine's been waived, but there are administrative costs,
Okay.
okay, that you have to pay.
And how much is that?
$1,457.
Even though I paid some money before, that's the final to pay?
That's the administrative cost the city incurred for this case. They waived the fine.
Oh, they waived the fine?
They waived the fine. Yeah, but
Okay.
not those. Those are costs. The fine is something else, and I just waived it, and that's $8,550 you're not paying.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks.
Our next case is on page 18, Inspector Severian Onescu, property address 1475 Southwest 18th Ave, case number BE 2506-0130, owner Tahir Kagani Amado. This case was first heard on 11/20/25 to comply by 3/17/26, one section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $3,200, which continues to accrue.
Good morning, sir. State your name for the record, please.
Hi, I'm Eli Amadov. I'm the authorized representative
Okay.
of the property owner.
Severian Onescu, building inspector for the city, presented the case and address as read. This case does not comply. I will allow the respondent to speak.
Yes, sir.
So I started the process. I was able to hire a GC and I hired an architect. We did the prints. I filed the permit. The only thing that I have left is to find a qualifier. No, not the qualifier, sorry. What is it?
I'm the GC.
Private provider.
Have you signed in?
No.
Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings?
I do.
Thank you. When you're done, please sign it, okay?
Are permits issued?
This is a 2004.
First, can you state your
Windows.
name? Can you state-
Shimon Boadana.
Are there permits issued?
The permit is not issued.
Okay.
The issue was a very simple thing. Is 2004 impact window by PGT. He bought the house in 2021. We require to have a sticker for wind calculation. It's very hard to find from PGT from 2004. I was trying to find if the city lost the permit because I'm a GC for many years. They put a permit for everything. They claim they put a permit. We can't find it. So I said, can we apply for permit, whatever necessary, close it up, and we'll deal with that later. So I need only, we have a,
How much time?
I have the engineer.
How much time do you need?
60 days.
City opposed to 60 days?
No.
56?
Yes. They go all wrong about it, but they're using a private provider for inspections, and they don't have a contractor.
I'm the GC.
Okay,
That's the construction.
so you need to apply as a contractor, not as owner. Okay.
I
So
thought
yeah,
you
you
can do
can
it
you can
faster,
talk to me
but I will
after
use
that.
it,
Yeah,
no
I don't oppose.
Okay. 56 days?
56 days.
All right. I'll extend the time for 56 days. That would be July 16th. You want an order to reappear or not?
No.
Okay. All right, sir. Thank you.
Just-
Suspend the
about-
fine during that period of time.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, but just, I want to clarify though.
Yes.
There's existing fines. I'm not suspending those. The fine that won't accrue during the period of time that I gave you an extension.
So 3,000 left. 3,000 something, if you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But from this point, but we will get the permit probably in 60 days. Plan review takes some time. So
here's the deal. Let me just
go ahead.
You got an existing order. There's $3,200 worth of fines. I'm going to give you an additional 56 days to close this case out. During that period of time, the fines will be suspended. This fine will not go away. You'll have to deal with that after it's complied. Okay? Thank you, folks.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 24. Property address, Senior Inspector Alexander Boris. Property address, 213 Royal Palm Drive. Case number BE 251-00165. Owner, Maury Legacy Foundation, Inc. This case was first heard on 11/20/25 to comply by 12/18/25. Fine suspended as noted. One section not complied at $500. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $62,500, which continues to accrue.
Morning. State your name for record, please.
Jack Seiler on behalf of the Maury Legacy Foundation.
Okay, thank you.
Alexander Boris, Building Inspector for the city, updating you on case number and address as read. The property was cited for violation of City Ordinance 9-280B for building parts not maintained related to the roof covering, roof trusses, fascia, and soffit. The violation remains at this time. Your Honor, over the past several years, this property has developed a lengthy history of complaints and violations, including work performed without a permit, resulting in multiple issuance of stop work orders. This particular case was first presented on 11/20/25. At the hearing, the special magistrate ordered 28 days to comply or $500 per day thereafter. At the 12/18 special magistrate hearing, the special magistrate ordered a 28-day extension. At the January 15, 2026 hearing, an update was provided indicating that based on an engineering report, the structure would be demolished. At the time, the counsel for the respondent was asking for 60-day extension for the owner to apply for the required demolition permit, and that the owner was soliciting for a contractor and would be applying for a permit and would be demolishing the structure. The magistrate denied the request for extension and ordered the case to return as a massing. However, that if the demolition permit issue at the time of the massing hearing, the city would consider supporting an extension. I've been informed by some neighbors that are present today. They wish to speak.
Let me just, are you saying that there's a permit in for demolition?
No, sir. So I checked the permit records. We're here today and we don't have, there's no permit for demolition submitted. My understanding is that now, although there was an engineering report stating that, recommending demolition, at the time that was the action, I was led to believe that the house was going to be demolished and a permit application submitted. We still don't have any of that. The violation remains.
All right, so what is the city recommendation?
Imposition of fines.
Yes, sir.
So, Mr. Duty, they're correct about we were going to demolish if we could get the extension of time. There was an engineering report indicating demolition. We asked for the extension. The special magistrate denied that request to get that extension. So then they sent engineers back out, and they have since been issued a permit from the city to replace the windows, which have been done. And now they're getting a roof permit that's in. And
they're not going to tear it down.
They're not going to tear it down now because we were trying to get the extension to get it done, and we had some things we had to work out with side yard setbacks and all that stuff. But if you demolished it, we were going to lose that. But they were going to do it if they had the extension from the city. They didn't get it. I got the call from Mr. Pasquarella. I have to tell you, very professional. I found out they hadn't done the demolition when I got the call from the city. And I did not know that up until that date, but that's when they went in and they brought a second engineer out who said no, replace the windows. So they've since been done. The permit's issued and the windows are installed. And they're in the front of the house here. I can show you the picture. I just showed the staff. And the roof permit's in, and the engineer was on the property yesterday, and the roof is the issue. So they're going to preserve the property now and going to fix it up. And so all I would ask is, we had asked for an extension to do the demolition. The city didn't want to give it to us, so they're now doing the update. And like I said, they've now been issued a permit from the city on the windows.
You know what? One thing I don't understand, why would it matter whether the extension was, if your decision was to demo, why would that change simply because you weren't granted an extension?
Well, because they then got, when they weren't given the extension, they got a second opinion apparently. And again, I wasn't involved in that, so we're clear. I did not get word that they had changed. But when they went and met with the engineers, the engineer said, no, you don't have to demolish it. You can upgrade it. So they've gone now. And both permit, I give you the permit numbers. The roofing permits, the windows are installed. Right. The roofing permit's in at the city. and it's supposed to get approved this week.
Your Honor, if I may, we didn't cite for windows or for lack of windows. The city cited for the trusses being in disrepair, and the violation still remains today.
And I can give you the roofing permit number application.
We don't have there's a permit application
Right.
that was submitted for the roof covering. We flagged that, and you may
Well, it's
not
the
be
whole
aware.
roof. It's-
Yeah, well, the permit application was for the roof cover. We had a discussion with the someone from the office from the contractor. To replace the roof covering, you also need to get a structural permit, and for that, the engineer needs to be involved doing assessment of the trusses, because we can't give you a permit to do a re-roof when you need to have access for your trusses. So that permit is not yet
I'm going
issued.
to be honest with
But
you.
hold on, the engineer was there yesterday for that roof reason, because you guys said you needed an engineering report. So the
Right.
engineer was on the property yesterday.
The violation was created November last year.
I understand.
Right, yeah.
I understand that you weren't involved in the process to go from demolition to, I think I actually might have been the hearing officer that
I don't
did,
think you
did
were.
the- no?
No.
Because I thought there was an extent, anyway.
I think it was
Special Magistrate Flynn.
Flynn, yeah.
All right, I'm going to impose the fines. There's a process after the fact to mitigate the fine when it's in compliance, but I'm going to do it. Okay, thank you, folks.
Understand, thank you.
Thank you.
You're not a party. This isn't a public hearing I just imposed the fine, and that's where it's going to be. It's a quasi-judicial proceeding. I think the public doesn't understand that. There's a party, there's the city, there's the respondent. Other people are welcome to listen, but they don't get to participate. It's not a, ordinance adoption or something. So thank you, folks.
So, Your Honor, we typically, if neighbors
I know,
show
but
up.
I just imposed the fine.
Understood,
Which seems to be the remedy that would be appropriate. So I'm not sure what you could ask for me anyway. I just imposed the fine. I appreciate you being here. Okay, see, they'll take,
I mean, you did the maximum you could do. I mean, that's.
Right.
Yeah, that's the only action.
I'm not sure what they would be asking me for anyway that I didn't already do, but anyway.
No, and hopefully with the roof permit gets issued, we'll replace the roof and be back in front of you.
All right, thank you, folks.
Thank you.
Not yet. Our next case is on page 24. Senior Inspector Preston Mark, property address 1720 Southwest 23rd Ave, owner U.S. Prime Capital LLC, case number BE 24120092. This case was first heard on 10/16/25 to comply by 2/19/26. One section complied at $50. Total accrued fines, $1,350. City is requesting to reduce to administrative costs of $1,013.
Good morning, sir. State
morning,
your name
sir.
for the record, please.
My name is Juan David Wilson.
Preston Mark, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address is read. This case has complied. The city is requesting that administrative fees be imposed of $1,013. I will allow the respondent to speak.
Yes, sir. Do you want to add anything?
Yes, Your Honor. I just want you to explain the reason why the delay is that I hired a company that took advantage from me financially. I didn't live here.
They asked me to waive the fine, which is what I'm going to do.
Okay.
I'm going to waive the fine. But there are administrative costs associated with this case of $1,013, and I'm going to impose those.
How much is it? Sorry?
$1,013.
Okay.
That's their administrative cost. The fine they've asked me to waive, I'm going to do that.
All right.
Probably based on the story that you're going to tell me is what I'm assuming
Okay,
that's
okay.
based on. All right? So
All
thank
right.
you, sir.
Thanks.
Our next case is on page 26. Senior Inspector Alexander Obores, Property address 1137 Southwest 8th Terrace. Case number BE 240700020. Owner KJ4 Investment LLC. This case was first heard on 7/17/25 to comply by 10/16/25. Two sections complied at $50. Total accrued fines $3,300. The city is requesting to reduce to administrative cost of $1,680.
Good morning, sir.
Good
State
morning,
your name
sir.
for the record, please.
Kevin Jimeno?
Okay. And you're here with the, you are here on behalf of the owner?
Correct.
Sorry, we have to sit down for a second. We'll bring you back as soon as we
Yeah,
can.
we'll call you back, sir. Our next case is on page 20, okay, not that one either. Page 10, Inspector Jimmy Lugo. Property address 1205 Northwest 12th Street. Case number BE 26010028. Owner Leslie and Eddie Elver. Notice posted at the property on 4/22/26. Notice posted at Waynesboro Boulevard on 5/7/26. This
Good morning,
is a
sir.
new
Good morning,
business
sir.
case.
My name is Eddie Elver.
Okay, thank you.
Building Inspector Jimmy Lugo for the city of, presenting the case and address as read. There are expired permits related to this property as stated in today's agenda. The case has not complied. I will allow the respondent to speak.
Yes, sir.
Hello, sir. I respond because I bought the house about 4 years ago, 22. I was thinking everything was okay. I received a letter this year for the city. So I do the inspection. I have to find out the new contract and everything. The only thing I'm gonna need it is for the building inspection.
City, how much time do you need?
A month. That's the only thing that the city. That's the for the city.
City okay with 56 days?
That's fine.
It's a new case, right? You're right. You made it sound as if it was a Massey. It's not a Massey. It's a new case. All right. The respondent will be given. I'll find the violation exists. It doesn't seem to be in dispute. The respondent will be given until July 16th to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day.
Okay, sir.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, moving on to page 13, Inspector Andrew Gebbia. Property address 1725 Northeast 49th Street, 210. Owner Philip Vieira. Case number BE 26010046. Notice posted at the property on 4/20/26. Notice posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard on 5/7/26.
Morning, sir.
Good morning. My name is Philip Vieira. I'm the property owner.
Okay.
Andrew Gebbia, building inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. There are expired permits related to this property. As stated in today's agenda, this case has not complied. The city is requesting the magistrate to find that the violations exist and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or $50 a day thereafter. The respondent is here to speak.
Yeah, I spoke with Mr. Gebbia. I just need to get a new contractor. My old contractor left and abandoned the work, so I just need to do that.
Okay, they're looking to give you 119 days to do that or a fine of $50 a day.
Okay.
I'm going to find the violation exists. It doesn't seem to be in dispute. The respondent will be given until September 17th to come into compliance or a fine of $50 a day.
Very good.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 8, Senior Inspector Preston Mark. Property address 1701 Northeast 60th Street. Case number BE 26010030. Owner Angelique Piccolo. Notice posted at the property on 4/20/26. Posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard on 5/7/26.
Morning. State your name for the record, please.
Good morning, Angelique Piccolo.
Okay, thank you.
Preston Mark, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. There are expired permits related to this property as stated in today's agenda. The case is not in compliance. city will request 119 days to come in compliance or a fine of $50 a day thereafter. The respondent is here to speak.
Yes, ma'am.
I've already changed the contractor to myself, and I'm going down there today to schedule the inspection.
Okay, so they're looking for 119 days, which would be September 17th, or a fine of $50 a day.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 22. Senior Inspector Jose Saragusti. Property address 1661 Southwest 32nd Court. Case number BE 24070086. Owner Sebastian Barrett. This case was first heard on 1/16/25 to comply by 4/17/25. One section not complied at $50. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $4,500, which continues to accrue. There are 4 extensions noted.
Jose Saragusti, Building Inspector for the city, presenting the case number read. The case is not complied. There has been no substantial progress on this property. In this case, the case has already 2 years and 4 extensions. For that, the city requesting that the fine to be imposed. I will let the respondent to speak.
Are there any applications in?
There are applications, but only in the mechanical permit was moved this week. But the other permit, the building, plumbing, and electrical, it doesn't have any movement since February.
Yes, ma'am. And sir?
Hi there.
Hello. State your names for the record, please.
Good morning. My name is Sebastian Barrett.
Okay. You're the owner.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Julie. Hi, my name is Juliet. I am his permit runner. I want to let you guys know the progress. We have been working. First of all, he bought the house and he did not do these things, so I do want you guys to know that. So we have been trying to. We have a GC. We have an engineer. We have a special inspector.
When did you come on?
I believe it was earlier this year. If I'm
I
not
mean, the
mistaken.
permit runner. When were you hired?
Right, I was hired like
In the last
summer. Right, I was hired earlier, I don't remember. I do
roughly. What are we talking about?
a few
months?
I've been on for a while, but in terms of this case and everything what's happened, and I do apologize. We're almost there. We are almost there. And in terms of almost
I don't
there,
think you're really there, to be honest with you.
we have our special inspector. Okay, his NV5. He's going to be our special inspector out there. We had issues. We had to make sure that the windows were.
How long have you been there? Roughly.
Since about June, sir.
Last year.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I mean, what they're telling me is this project has taken quite a while. There's a number of permits. One seems to be moving a little bit, but the other ones haven't been responsive. I don't understand, if you're the permit runner, why there isn't more response here.
Because we have an engineer, we have an architect, we have all these different things, but this is where we are right now. We have, in terms of our submissions, we have our structural, they wanted our engineer, our special inspector, to do the things he wants to come out and inspect. He's working on a big project, so he'll be out there next Tuesday. Okay, so we'll have that. We'll be able to resubmit. We have our NOAs. Our window company has done our NOAs, and we have our mechanical things done. We have everything to resubmit.
Let me ask you, why you didn't call me in all this time? I only been in contact with the owner.
But I thought that you were I thought that the GC was in talks with you. I do apologize.
No, I think the city is requesting the fine to be imposed, and then you can apply for a lien amnesty. It
I'm
will
inclined
be
to
a
go that
long
way as
time.
well. I'm going to impose the fine. After it comes into compliance, you can make the request to mitigate the fine amount or through amnesty, but I'm going to impose the fine. It doesn't seem to be the activity that was justifying extension. So,
Okay.
Thank you, folks.
Okay, good, perfect. Okay, good, thanks. So can we have a question? If we get this...
You can talk to the staff about that outside the hearing. I'll let you talk to them.
Okay, good.
Thank you, sir, ma'am.
Our next case We're going to recall the case on page 26, 1137 Southwest A Terrace. Senior Inspector Alexander Boris.
State your name again, if you would, please.
Kevin Jimeno.
Alexander Arbores, Building Inspector for the city, updating you on case number and address as read. The case is now compliant. City is requesting admin cost of $1,680.
Yes, sir.
Good.
Okay, sounds good to me. I'll waive the I'll accept the city recommendation to waive the cost, to waive the fine, $3,300. I'll impose the administrative cost, $1,680. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Our next case is on page 25. Senior Inspector Alexander Boris. Property address 925 North Andrews Ave. Owner, La Mexicana Holdings LLC. Case number BE 24050080. This case was first heard on 11/21/24 to comply by 2/20/25. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $7,700, which continues to accrue. There are 3 extensions noted.
Good morning. State your name for the record, please.
Diva Name.
You're here on behalf of the owner, are you not?
I'm the owner.
You're the owner.
Yeah.
Got it.
Alexander Arbores, Building Inspector for the city, updating you on case number and address as read. The property was cited for violation of Florida Building Code 2023, Section 105.1, work without permit, floor, interior alteration, framing, exterior window and door remove at the west and south exterior wall opening infill at south wall. The permit application has been submitted. It's under review. It's not yet issued. And the owner, it's here to speak.
I assume the owner is going to ask me for an extension. Are you opposed?
What's the holdup? We wanted to hear from her.
So, unfortunately, this project is being delayed due to contractor issues, funding challenges, changes to the scope of the project. I did already submit a permit on it, but I have to get a plan review with the city, and then in that meeting, we decided that the best way it was just to change the scope again and make it into a smaller work due to funding issues. Right now, I already got the funding that I needed, so I'm ready to submit again in about 2 weeks, max 3 weeks.
How much time will you need?
Minimum 60 days.
The place is vacant, Your Honor?
Yeah, it's vacant. Nobody is there. There is no work being done.
91 days?
City doesn't oppose.
91?
Yep.
All right. I'll extend the time for compliance 91 days. You want an order to reappear or not?
No, sir.
91 days, which would take you to August 20th. I'll suspend the fines during that period.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yep.
Thank you.
Our next case, Senior Inspector Alexander Boris. New business case on page 6. Property address 800 Northeast 6th Street. Case number BE 25110195. Owner, Victoria Maria Dwyer. Notice posted at the property on 4/22/26. Posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 5/7/26.
Good morning. State your names for the record, please.
Good morning. My name is Diane Alvarez, and she's my mom, Victoria Dwyer.
Okay.
I'm helping her because, she understands English, but
Yep.
to express herself is more difficult.
Okay. Let me hear from the city, please.
Alexander Arbores, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case number and address is read. The requiring inspections related to permit PM 03100896 and PM 04060446, PM 04060469 and PM 05060831. To add bedroom and bathrooms were not completed and the permit was left to expire. The city is requesting for the magistrate to find the violation exists and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter. We have been in communication, Your Honor. I met with the owner. There was an unfortunate event. Her husband was taking lead on this project, and then he understanding is that he passed away, and that's she inherited the situation. So 119 days.
Would you want to do an order to reappear?
Not necessarily. We don't, not for expired permits. Once the permit is renewed, the case will be complied.
Once the permits are issued, is compliance?
Renewed, yes.
Renewed? Yeah.
Renewed.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I am Victoria Dwyer, and I'm the owner of this house.
Mm-hmm.
800 North City Street, Victoria Park. I live in my house for almost 25 years. I married my husband, general contractor, specialized in payroll and Air Force, American. In 2003, we had the hurricane, remember? The last hurricane in Fort Lauderdale, 2003. He is almost finished the house.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
The addition.
Okay, but hold on just a minute. What they're looking,
Yeah, that's the thing.
they're looking to give you
Her concern
119.
is, I escaped when he sent me a letter in November 25. I think it's a mistake. They say, my house.
All right,
No,
look.
the bottom line is that her concern is that this was 20 years ago. So my
I know,
my stepdad passed away 20 years ago when the new addition was almost completed. So at this point, what we need to know is exactly what, I mean, we're going to work
What they're talking
with
about is
RGC.
this. What they're talking about is this. When the permits which were expired are renewed,
Right.
then the case is complied. And they're
Okay,
looking to give you
so-
119 days to do that, which would be September 17th.
Okay, so I know that the recommendation is to work with a contractor. So at this point, we just need to know exactly what permits are pending before we hire someone to help.
Yeah, I can help with that. And we've had this conversation with. I've actually met
Victoria.
with her at the office and had conversation with her realtor, another relative that he was going to be the contractor helping her, and now yourself. We spoke a few days ago, right?
Right.
And the reason of my conversation is because although the violation is only for an expired permit, once you complete this violation, you still now have an open permit, and that's why I was trying to educate her and you about that. Hey, you comply the case, but now you have an open permit that you still need to address, because then that if you don't complete your inspections, then you'll be back here with another expired permit violation. So this is the city trying to help you take it to the finish line, right?
Right.
Complete this violation and let's get the permit complete. And that's why, the conversation we were
So you
having.
think based on, because
Hold
we're
on,
not.
folks. Hold on. I'm trying to let you guys talk
Okay,
it
I
out
can
here,
talk to him
but I
later.
think you can do it in the back of the room.
Yes.
I'm going to find that the violation exists, which is what I'm charged to do.
Okay, no problem.
Can
No,
you
we can talk with him.
I scared because I'm retired. I am a cardiologist working in the United States my whole life. And now I am in big risk because they say if no fix it,
Okay, all right. Here's the deal. I mean,
how many things I have
all right,
to do?
all right.
Sí,
Talk,
vamos a hablar
talk,
con él. Mami, yeah, mami, yeah. Okay, thanks.
119 days or $50 a day. Thank you.
While he's talking to them. Our next case is on page 19. Inspector Wilson Quintero Jr. Property address 902 Northwest 13th Ave. Case number BE 25030085. Owner Eugene L. Harvey. Homestead exempted, Nadej View. This case was first heard on 10/16/25 to comply by 2/19/26. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $4,500, which continues to accrue.
Morning, ma'am. State your name for the record.
Nadesh Harvey.
Thank you.
Good morning, Inspector Wilson Quintero Jr. presenting on behalf of the city. Case and address as read. This case is an imposition of fines reference not obtaining a required permit for offense at the mentioned property. Pre-hearing inspection conducted on 5/19/2026 reveals that permit number BLD-GEN-26040600, is currently awaiting client reply as of May 6, 2026. Violation remains, and city is requesting imposition of fines which continue to accrue daily.
Yes.
Well, if you can, like, put a hold on the fine until the permit approved, since we already applied for the permit.
I'm sorry, what is the status of the permit?
Awaiting client reply, so apparently corrections are needed, and
There's
they
comments?
haven't responded to the
When was
comments. May 6th.
Okay, so that's relatively recently.
Yeah, we wasn't aware they're waiting on
All right.
anything. We
Well,
haven't gotten any email.
I think what he's telling you, there were some comments on the application. You're going to have to get those addressed before they're going to finalize the permit. How much time do the parties need? Do you think?
I'm not sure. When do we have to go? Because we didn't get any email about what we have to do.
Well,
for the
okay,
permit.
I'll let you talk to them about what the comments are. I'm not going to deal with that right now, but what do you think? 56 days?
That's up to you. I mean, this case is from
Okay.
March 2025, and the permit was applied for
And
in April 2026.
I understand that. I do
you know,
understand
so,
that. I understand that.
And it's
now, what you're
going
telling
on.
me,
Right.
but let's try to get this complied. Let's do 56 days, which would be July 16th. And I'll suspend the fine during that period of time. Need to talk to staff about what the comments are and get it taken care of.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on to page 29, Inspector Andrew Gebbia, property address 1329 Southwest 31st Street. Case number BE 25030049, owner ENZ Investment Services Corp. Inc. This case was first heard on 10/16/25 to comply by 2/19/26. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $4,500, which continues to accrue.
Anybody here for this case? This is 1329. No. Good morning.
Good morning.
Do you swear in front to tell the truth, to translate from English to Spanish and from Spanish to English? Thank you.
Ready?
Yep.
Good morning, Andrew Gebbia, building inspector for the city, presenting case and address is read. This case is not complied. The respondent is here to speak.
Estamos en revisión de la ciudad y ayer casualmente recibimos que tenemos que nos aprobaron el caso, pero que tenemos unas correcciones que tiene que hacer Sí, no, los permisos ya están puestos. Y ayer, mira, este es el número de permiso. Ayer casualmente recibimos este número de permiso, recibimos que está aprobado el caso y que tenemos que hacer unas correcciones con el arquitecto.
Okay, she's stating that they already applied for the permit. They received yesterday some corrections, and they're going to submit the corrections. That's it.
So there were some comments on the permit application. Okay, is that what you?
Yeah, there are some comments. There on the plans that were submitted. There needs to be a clarification on the position of a wall, and then they also need to submit a window and door schedule. And I think that's the only thing holding this up as of now.
56 days extension?
I would agree to 56 days.
Okay.
Yes.
56 days. Let her know we're going to extend the time for compliance till July 16th. The fine will be suspended during that period of time. Let her know there's existing fines, but and there'll be no order to reappear.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, ahorita tienen
Absolutely.
unas multas, pero las multas van a parar hoy.
Okay.
Good luck, ma'am.
Por los 2 meses.
Okay.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Is on page 2, Senior Inspector Jose Saragusti, property address 401 Northwest 14th Way. Case number BE 26010190. Owner Miguel Angel Perez. Notice posted at the property on 4/24/26. Posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard on 5/7/26.
Morning, sir. State your name. Okay. Okay.
It's on? Yeah, okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Senior Building Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city, present the case as read. The property was cited for work. For work. Give me 1 second. For expired permit, For expired permit and the Florida Building Code 2023, Section 105.3.2.1. The case was opened January 29, 2026, scheduled for a hearing in March 6, 2026. The building renewal permit was submitted on May 18, 2026. We are asking the magistrate to find the violation exists to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter. I will let the respondent to speak.
Yes, sir.
Yes, hi. So we were hired by the owner. He's currently in Africa. He travels for church.
Okay.
So he contacted us in regards to addressing the issue. He addressed it a long time. He thought he addressed it a long time ago when he thought that he just needed to pull a permit. So he pulled the permit and he just thought that was done. He didn't know that he was required to call inspections and in order for us to close out the permit. So when he hired me, I explained that to him, and so all I'm asking for is
They're looking to give you 119 days, which would
more
be
than enough time to address the situation.
September 17th, or a fine of $50 a day.
As the fine is concurrent as of today or after
No,
the fact?
after that 119 days.
After.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right.
I think that's more than enough time.
I would like to have your contact information.
Of course, I need yours as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
You too.
Our next case is on page 20. Is Jorge available? No. What about Alex? He has another one. He's still not back? It's just Jorge and Alex left, so. Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez, page 20, property address 2440, Northeast 25th Place, owner Bloom Building LLC, case number BE 2502-20084. This case was first heard on 5/15/25 to comply by 9/18/25. Fine suspended as noted. One section complied at $50. Total accrued fines $5,900. City's requesting administrative costs of $1,373.
Morning, sir. State your name for the record, please.
Good afternoon. I'm Michael Bloom.
Okay.
Inspector Martinez updating case on behalf of the city. Case number and address as read. This case is in compliance. I'm going to let the respondent speak.
So I purchased this house from a flipper guy. I ended up getting stuck with electrical violations and stuff like that. I've already paid $20,000 throughout the process to fix those. In the process of fixing those, the city opened up violations on me for things from like all the way back from the 70s. I had to do a deal with the developer. I couldn't afford money to keep paying for continuously fixing stuff. I mean, the roof was permitted, and they didn't like how it was permitted, and they reopened the violation on the permitted roof. So I would like whatever help you guys can give me.
What they're requesting is there's almost $6,000 in fines. They're looking to waive those. They're
Okay.
asking me to waive those. I'm going to.
Is there any way I can get some help on the administrative fees as well?
No, I'm going to stick with the administrative fees. That's something I think that they've accrued.
I mean, that's pretty significant on administrative fees. $1,300 is the largest one that I've seen in this whole meeting today.
No, it's not. No. It's almost routinely been that.
Would you be willing to do $500
No,
on
it's
that?
one thing. We're not negotiating. I'm going to waive the fine. Let's not dismiss that, okay?
All right.
We're not starting out from the position of, okay, we've waived the fine now. Let's negotiate the administrative costs. It's the first discussion is, do we waive the fines? I just did.
Okay.
I'm going to impose the administrative costs. Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Our next case is on page 27. Senior Inspector Alexander Alvarez. Property address 3058 West Broward Boulevard. Owner 3058 West Broward United LLC. Case number BE 2505-00084. 0103. This case was first heard on 11/2025 to comply by 1/15/26. Two sections not complied at $50. Total accrue. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $12,500, which continues to accrue.
Morning, sir.
Good morning. Norm Swillen. My name is Norm Swillen.
Okay. Let me hear from the city first.
Yeah.
Alexander Albertus, building inspector for the city, updating you on case number and address is read. The property was cited for the following violations. Violation 9-308 Alpha, roof not maintained. The roof framing structure and covering is not maintained in safe, secure, and watertight condition. Second violation, 9-280G. There are electrical wires and accessories not maintained in a good, safe working condition. Violation remains at this time. Respondent, it's here.
Hey, how are you? I processed the property on November, yeah, with the violation from the old owner. And by then, I already pulled so many permits. I mean, for the roof, for the electrical already, I pulled the permit. I spoke with the inspector, emailed the inspector. He told me to also pull for a structure that I already did. It's in the city. We have only one coming to complete.
When did you buy the property?
On November.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So I'm actually, I don't know what to do. I mean, I need more time to finish, all the permit and fix. It was very old building, and I make it very nice. So I need time.
How much time do you need?
For what? To get the permit or to finish the job?
Close out the case.
To
close out
To
the
comply.
case.
To finish, to submit, to finalize the permit and
And
everything.
complete the repairs.
Repair. It's 90 days, maybe a little bit more, because I already did electrical and
There's one permit issue right now. City doesn't object to a 90-day extension.
91?
91 days.
All right, I'll extend the time 91 days, which would be August 20th, and suspend the fines during that period of time. You want to do an order to reappear?
No.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
I ask him after that, or
Ask him after.
Huh?
Just for the record, I extended
Okay.
the time 91 days, which would be August 20th.
So by
How many?
They're
They want to do
requesting
119?
119, yeah.
Chief
119?
Martinez,
Everybody stop for a second. 119, is that what we're doing?
That's what I was told, yes.
Okay, 119. I'll extend the time till September 17th. You can talk to the inspector.
I'm sorry. What's happened if I didn't finish to complete the permit?
If you don't finish it within that time, the fines will start to reaccrue. There's existing fines that have to be dealt with anyway, but the 119 days after that period of time, the fine will start up again.
So it's up to September
It is September 17th.
17th. So talk to you.
Yeah, you can talk to them.
Your Honor, at this time, the respondents that we have left, unfortunately, they don't have the proper power of attorney or paperwork, so they're just going to hear the case, basically.
Okay.
The first one is on page 9, Senior Inspector Preston Mark, property address 4250 Galt Ocean Drive, owner Galt Towers Condo Association, Inc., case number BE 26010093. Notice delivered via personal service on 4/14/26. Notice posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 5/7/26.
Preston Mark, building inspector with city presenting case and address as read. This property was cited for the following violations: 105.1 under Florida Building Code 2023. This building was illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits, including but not limited to the installation of 2 exterior doors and plumbing repairs at various locations in the building. There were no permits pulled for this work. The case was opened 1/15/2026. Special Magistrate Notice Mail 3/3/2026. Upon visiting this property, there was illegal work performed, which I observed and also met with the board president and the property manager, who gave me access to inspect the building. I also revisited the property with plumbing inspector Thompson, who also reviewed the plumbing issues and confirmed that a plumbing permit was required. The city is requesting that the magistrate find that the violations exist and grant the property owner 119 days to come in compliance or a fine of $100 a day thereafter.
Okay, I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 119 days, which would be until July 17th, to come into compliance or face a fine of $100 a day. Do you want to do an order to reappear?
No.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, folks.
Our next case is on page 17. Chief Martinez, excuse me, I'm sorry. Property address 2120 North Ocean Boulevard, common area. Owner, The Palms 2100 Master Association, Inc., case number BE 24080038. This case was first heard on 3/20/25 to comply by 5/1/25. One section complied at $100. Total accrued fines $8,500. City is requesting to reduce to administrative costs of $1,275.
Chief Martinez representing the city. The case and address as read. The case is compliant. The city is requesting a cost of $1,275.
All right, I'll accept the recommendation of the city. I'll waive the fine amount and impose the administrative cost of $1,275.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 25. Senior Inspector Alexander Boris, property address 408 Northeast 6th Street. Owner, S.E. Solmar LLC, case number BE 24020085. This case was first heard on 5/23/24 to comply by 8/22/24. Fine suspended as noted. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $18,150, which continues to accrue.
Alexander Arbores, Building Inspector for the city, updating you on case number and address as read. The property was cited for violation of 9-280D for exterior walls, the laminating and stucco wall covering. The building permit to address the repairs was issued on May 1st. So now it is now an active construction project. The property manager came to request an extension now that the permit is issued, but he can't speak because he didn't bring his power of attorney.
Are you opposed?
City does not oppose for an extension, considering that the permit is issued and now they're working on making whatever 5 months. Permit is good for 180 days.
You want to do 119?
119 sounds great.
You want to do an order to reappear?
No, sir.
All right, I'll extend the time for compliance 119 days, which would be September 17th. I'll suspend the fines during that period of time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, is that it? Let's do this. I know we don't have a lot left, but can we just let's take a 5-minute break. So, okay, let's do that.
Our next case is on page 1, Inspector Linda Holloway, property address 716 Northeast 7th Street, case number BE 25120009, owner Spear Capital Group 1 LLC. Notice posted at the property on 4/22/26, posted at 1 East Brow Boulevard on 5/7/26.
Inspector Linda Holloway, City of Fort Lauderdale Building Division, presenting case BE 25120009, property address 716 Northeast 7th Street. The property was cited on December 1st, 2025, and the following violation was observed as depicted in the photos. 9-1D, any violation of the Florida Building Code should be a violation of this section and punishable as provided for in this section. There is construction work at this property that was started or completed without obtaining the required permits, consisting of, but not limited to, temporary construction fence. On December 2nd, an inspection report was mailed to the owner on Broward County Property Appraiser's website. On March 11, I spoke with the attorney, Scott Kleiman, via the telephone, informed him of this open case and that the fence was installed without a permit, and that this case was scheduled for a hearing on today. The permit should be issued to avoid a hearing. He stated that he would speak to the contractor. He would get back to me. He never did. A pre-hearing inspection on Friday, May 15th shows that the violation remains as depicted in the photos. The city is requesting 119 days or $50 per day thereafter.
I find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city's uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 a day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Moving on to page 17, property address 2091 Southwest 36th Terrace, owner A&R Paving Solutions LLC, case number BE 25050022. This case was first heard on 10/16/25 to comply by 2/12/26. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $4,850, which continues to accrue.
Thank you. Inspector Linda Holloway, on behalf of the city, case number and property address as read. Property as stated is not in compliance, and the city is requesting full imposition of fines.
Find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The order has been complied with. I'll certify the fine.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Even though I'm calling all of your cases at once, if you don't want to speak on the Massey's, I could just read them in as normal. Okay.
Let me guess. I'm guessing you're probably not going to speak then, right? Is that a fair guess?
Property address 401 Northwest 7th Terrace, Senior Inspector Mary Rich.
What page?
Page 1, sorry. Owner, Mount Hermon African Methodist Episcopal Church, Inc., case number BE 25110154. Notice posted at the property on 4/24/26. Notice posted at 1 East Brow Boulevard on 5/7/26. Inspector Marie Arias presenting on Inspector Rich's behalf.
Inspector Marie Arias on behalf of the city and Senior Inspector Rich, case and address as read. This case was first opened on 11/20/25, where Senior Inspector Rich confirmed the following violation. Section 28-155 A through F, the existing fire backflow prevention device has not been tested for the subsequent recertification as per City of Fort Lauderdale Municipal Code of Ordinances. As a result, a final notice was signed and returned to admin staff for processing and mailing on 11/20/2025. Reinspection conducted by Senior Inspector Rich on January 16, 2026 revealed the violation remained. Therefore, the case was scheduled for a special magistrate hearing on February 10, 2026. A pre-hearing inspection conducted on 5/19/2026 reveals the violation remains. There has not been no contact from anyone representing this property. City is requesting 42 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice sworn in accordance with Massey versus, there's notice sworn testimony of the city's uncontested. The order has been complied with. The respondent will be given to July 2nd to come into compliance or a fine of how much?
$50.
$50 a day.
Thank you.
At the bottom of page 1, property address 606 Northwest 8th Ave, Owner 606 Northwest 8th Ave LLC, case number BE 260200179. Notice posted at the property on 4/10/26, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 5/7/26.
Can you say the case number again?
BE 260200179.
Okay. Inspector Marie Arias, on behalf of the city, case and address as read. This case was first inspected on 2/28/26, and the following violations were observed. Violation 47-19.5.E.7 is complied. Violation 9-1D, any violation of the Florida Building Code shall be a violation of this section and punishable as provided for in this section. There is construction work at this property that was started or completed without obtaining the required permits, consisting of but not limited to chain link fence. An inspection report was mailed out on March 2nd, 2026. A special magistrate hearing scheduled on March 31st, 2026. A pre-hearing inspection scheduled on May 18th, 2026 reveals violation remained and no permit application in the system. I have been in contact with the owner throughout the course of the case, who informed me that he would obtain the permit, but has not done so yet. The city is requesting 119 days to come into compliance, or a fine of $100 a day thereafter.
All right, I'll find there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 119 days to come into compliance for a fine of $100 a day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great job, Marie.
Wait a minute, can we bring that case back, please?
Moving on to page 4, Inspector Wilson Quintero Jr., property address 701 Southeast 24th Street, case number BE 260200177. Owner, Public Storage Department, PTFL 25766. Notice posted at the property on 4/14/26, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 5/7/26.
Inspector Wilson Quintero Jr. on behalf of the city, case and address as read. This case was first opened on 3/2/2026, and the following violation was found. Section 28-155 A through F, the existing fire backflow prevention device has not been tested for the subsequent recertification as per City of Fort Lauderdale Municipal Code of Ordinances. As a result, final notice was signed and returned to admin staff for processing and mailing. Reinspection conducted on 3/31/26 revealed the violation remained and was scheduled for this magistrate hearing on that date. Pre-hearing inspection conducted on 5/19/26 revealed both the fire backflows were tested on 5/7/26. However, they resulted in failed testing. The violation remains at this time. I have not had contact with anyone representing the property during the course of the case. City is requesting 42 days to come into compliance, or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 42 days to come into compliance, or a fine of $50 a day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on to page 5, Chief Martinez, property address 610 Northwest 3rd Ave, owner Pantry Lofts Limited, case number BE 251-00202. Notice posted at the property on 4/10/26, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 5/7/26.
Chief Martinez, representing the city, case as read. The required safety inspection report has not been completed. The city is asking for the owner to come into compliance by submitting the report in the next 42 days, or fines of $100 per day thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The violation exists. The respondent will be given 42 days to come into compliance, or a fine of $100 a day.
Property address,
Thank you.
property address 3200 North Federal Highway 700, owner Gumberg, Stanley R. Gumberg Trust, T-1163, in care of Prop Tax Department, TPN-0950. Case number BE 2506-0141. Notice posted at the property on 4/10/26, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 5/7/26.
Others on case as read. The required safety inspection report has not been completed. The city is asking for the owner to come into compliance by submitting the report in the next 42 days, or fines of $100 per day thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The violation exists. The respondent will be given 42 days to come into compliance, or a face fine of $100 a day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Moving on to page 6. Oh, wait. Leo, do you have any massings, or you just want me to read them in?
No, you read it in.
Okay. Okay. Page 6, Senior Inspector Alexander Abores, property address 130 Southwest 24th Street, case number BE 25110113, owner Star Motors LLC in care of AutoNation. Notice posted at the property on 5626, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 5726.
Alexander Arbores, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case number and address as read. The required inspections related to permit PM 190600459 related sub-permits were not completed and the permit was left to expire. City is requesting for the magistrate to find the violation exists and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 119 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to page 8 at the bottom, Senior Inspector Preston Mark, property address 1843 South Federal Highway, owner Sexy 60 Realty LLC, case number BE 260100026. Notice posted at the property on 4/14/26, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 5726. 8 at the bottom.
Preston Mark, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. There are expired permits related to this property. As stated in today's agenda, the case is not in compliance. The city is requesting 119 days to come in compliance or a fine of $100 a day thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 119 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $100 a day.
Moving on to page 9, at the top, property address 2248 in Southwest 14th Court, case number BE 25120095, owner Mark Elliott Justice, Stephanie Lynette Mazarigos. Notice posted at the property on 5626, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 5726.
Preston Mark, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. There are expired permits related to this property as stated in today's agenda. This case is not in compliance. The city is requesting 119 days to come in compliance or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 119 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day.
Moving on to page 10, at the top, Inspector Jimmy Lugo, property address 837 Southwest 16th Court, owner Denise M. Casal, case number BE 25110199. Notice posted at the property on 5526, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 5726.
Jimmy Lugo, Building Inspector for the city, presenting the case and address as read. This property was cited for violation under FBC 2023-105.1, work illegally performed without obtaining the required permit in the following manner, but not limited to: a brown PVC fence, concrete driveway, a structure, shed on the rear of the property. The case was opened on 11/28/2025. The inspection report was mailed on 12/02/2025. The magistrate hearing was scheduled on February 10, 2026. During the site visit on December 1st, 2025, it was observed that the contractor was conducting work without the required permit. A stop work order was issued. The following violation was noted: a concrete wall, a concrete driveway, the PVC fence, and the structural shed on the rear of the property. The city is requesting the magistrate to find that the violation still exists and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or fine a $50 per day thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 119 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day.
Moving on to page 11, property address 2627 Castilla Isle, Owner SBWG LLC, case number BE 26010029. Notice posted at the property on 4/20/26, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 5/7/26.
Building Inspector Jimmy Lugo for the city, presenting the case and address as read. Expired permit related to this property as stated in today's agenda. The case has not complied. The city is requesting 119 days to comply or $50 per day thereafter.
Find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 119 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day.
At the bottom of page 11, property address 2724 Northeast 37th Drive. Owner Robert C. and Christine L. Meacham. Case number BE 25120194. Notice posted at the property on 4/10/26. Posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 5/7/26.
This case is compliant.
Okay. Noted for the record.
Page 12. Oh, what is it? It's closed? Oh, comply. Oh. Page 12, Inspector Andrew Gebbia, property address 181 Southwest 37th Terrace, case number BE 25120185. Owner Onaldo C. and Tammy N. C. Estime. Notice posted at the property on 5/6/26, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 5/7/26.
Andrew Gebbia, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. There are expired permits related to this property as stated in today's agenda. This case is not complied. The city is requesting the magistrate to find that the violations exist and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or $50 a day thereafter.
Find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violations exist. The respondent will be given 119 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day.
Bottom of page 12, property address 1119 Northeast 12th Ave, case number BE 26020038. Owner Joseph G. Hogg. Notice posted at the property on 4/22/26, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 5/7/26.
Andrew Gebbia, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This property was cited for violation under Florida Building Code 105.1. Work legally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to wood fence board on board. This case was opened on 2/5/2026. The inspection report was mailed on 2/11/2026. Special magistrate was scheduled on 3/23/2026. On 2/10/2026, I called the complainant Lindsay. She resides in the neighboring townhome number 1117. I arranged a meeting and conducted an inspection on 2/10/2026. I arrived that day. She invited me in the backyard where she showed me the fence that was installed on her side of the property. She explained how her neighbor at 1119 had installed the fence on her property, separating the properties. There was no permit applied for the fence constructed, and there are no permits submitted on record. I have spoke to the owner, Joe, once. He doesn't like to return his phone calls. The city is requesting the code board find that the violations exist to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a $50 a day fine thereafter.
Okay. I'm going to find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 119 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $100 a day. 100.
Okay. Page 13 at the top, property address 1521 Northwest 19th Ave, case number BE 26010061. Owner Madison Slater. Notice posted at the property on 4/22/26, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 5/7/26.
Andrew Gebbia, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. There are expired permits related to this property as stated in today's agenda. This case is not complied. The city is requesting the magistrate to find that the violations exist to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or $50 a day thereafter.
Find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested the violation exists. The respondent will be given 119 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day.
Page 13 at the bottom, property address 1800 Northwest 49th Street, 100. owner, North Broward Hospital District, attention real estate, case number BE 26010053. Notice delivered via personal service on 4/15/26. Notice posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard on 5/7/26.
Andrew Gebbia, Building Inspector for the City, presenting case and address is read. There are expired permits related to this property as stated in today's agenda. This case is not complied. The City is requesting the magistrate to find that the violations exist and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or $50 a day thereafter.
Have you heard from them?
No. It should be $100 a day, I think.
All right. We're going to find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 119 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $100 a day.
Moving on to page 14, property address 1800 Northwest 49th Street, 140. Case number BE 26010051. Owner, North Broward Hospital District, attention real estate. Notice posted at the property on 4/15/26, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard on 5/7/26.
Andrew Gebbia, Building Inspector for the City, presenting case and address is read. There are expired permits related to this property as stated in today's agenda. This case is not complied. The City is requesting the magistrate to find that the violation exists and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or $100 a day thereafter.
I find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 119 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $100 a day.
At the bottom of page 14, property address 3500 Galt Ocean Drive, 2314. Case number BE 26010101. Owner, Juliet Quintana. Notice posted at the property on 4/14/26, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard on 5/7/26.
Andrew Gebbia, Building Inspector for the City, presenting case and address is read. There are expired permits related to this property as stated in today's agenda. This case is not complied. The City is requesting the magistrate find that the violations exist and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or $50 a day thereafter.
Find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The order has, Find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 119 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day.
Page 15, Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez. Property address 1512 Northwest 19th Street. Owner, Dejani Family Holding LLC. Case number BE 25120187. Notice posted at the property on 4/22/26. Posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard on 5/7/26.
Building Inspector Martinez for the city, presenting case number and address as read. Permits were left to expire as stated in today's agenda, and as of 5/18/2026 remain expired. The city is asking for the owner to come into compliance within the next 119 days or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
I find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the order. I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 119 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day.
Also on page 15, property address 2213 Northeast 17th Court, case number BE 25110096, owner VP7 USA Corp. Notice posted at the property on 4/20/26, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard on 5/7/26.
Building Inspector Martinez for the city, presenting case number and address as read. Permits were left to expire as stated in today's agenda, and as of 5/18/2026 remain expired. The city is asking for the owner to come into compliance within the next 119 days or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
How much is the fine?
$50 per day.
All right, I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The violation exists. The respondent will be given 119 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day.
Moving on to page 16, property address 2549 Mercedes Drive, owner Bree Yezel, case number BE 25110087. Notice posted at the property on 4/22/26, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard on 5/7/26.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. This property was cited for violation 47-19.13D2. The seawall at this property is in disrepair. The city will request 365 days to comply or a fine of $100 a day thereafter.
Have you heard from them?
Yes, they already did a study, And right now, they're looking for quotes to hire a company to fix the seawall.
Okay, I'll find that there's notice is posted at the property. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 365 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $100 a day.
Property address 4280 Galt Ocean Drive, 19A. Owner Shirley Ann Oberg, Revocable Trust. Case number BE 251-10068. Notice posted at the property on 4/14/26. Posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard on 5/7/26.
Building Inspector Martinez for the city presenting case number and address as read. Permits were left to expire as stated in today's agenda, and as of 5/18/2026 remain expired. The city is asking for the owner to come into compliance within the next 119 days or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
Find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 119 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day.
Property address 5540 Northeast 26th Ave. Case number BE 25090144. Owner Norma Jean Flack. Notice posted at the property on 4/14/26, posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard on 5/7/26.
Inspector Martinez on behalf of the city presenting case as read. This property was cited for violation of the FBC 2023-105.1 work without permits for the removal of solar panels. The city will request 119 days to comply or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
Did they do the whole roof?
Yes, but they have permits for the roof.
Oh, they have permits for the roof. Okay. All right. I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 119 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day.
Moving on to page 17, hearing to impose fines. Property address 350 East Las Olas Boulevard, 1. Case number BE 24080010. Owner Bradford Allen Las Olas LLC. This case was first heard on 8/21/25 to comply by 2/17/26. One section not complied at $100. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $9,200, which continues to accrue.
I find that there's notice under Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the order hasn't been complied with. Has certified the fine. Impose the fine.
Page 20, property address 2140 Southwest 36th Ave. Case number BE 25010027. Owner Marcos Andre Perez, Monica Agostino. This case was first heard on 8/21/25 to comply by 12/18/25. One section complied at $50. Total accrued fines $3,050. The city is requesting to reduce to administrative costs of $1,037.
All right, I find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. I accept the recommendation of the city to waive the fine amount and reduce it to administrative costs, which are $1,037.
Page 21, property address 109 Northeast 12th Ave, case number BE 25090135. Owner Robert J. Lieberman. This case was first heard on 3/17/26 to comply by 4/16/26. One section not complied at $100. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $3,400, which continues to accrue.
I find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The order has been complied with. I'll impose the fine.
Property address 336 Southwest 20th Street. Owner Stacy J. Dean, case number BE 24070186. This case was first heard on 5/15/25 to comply by 9/18/25. Fine suspended as noted. One section not complied at $50. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $9,050, which continues to accrue.
Find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. That the order has been complied with. I'll impose the fine.
Moving on to page 22 at the bottom, property address 2312 Northwest 13th Court, case number BE 25070223, owner Christine Kane Jackson. This case was first heard on 11/20/25 to comply by 3/17/26. One section complied at $50. Total accrued fines $1,050. The city is requesting to abate fines.
All right, I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The order's currently, this property is currently in compliance, right?
Yes.
And you want to waive the fine amount, right?
Yes.
And you
No,
don't-
no
you-
fines.
and-
No
and
administrative
no
costs.
administrative costs?
No.
Okay, so ordered.
Okay. Page 23, property address 1221 Southwest 29th Street, case number BE 24110146. Owner Marcus Vitale Jr. This case was first heard on 5/15/25 to comply by 9/18/25. Fine suspended as noted. One section complied at $50. Total accrued fines $5,900. The city is requesting to reduce to administrative costs of $1,037.
All right, I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. City's testimony is the property's in compliance. They're looking to waive the fine amount. I'll do that. I'll impose the administrative cost of $1,037.
We have to recall one of the cases on page 21. Property address 336 Southwest 20th Street, case number BE 24070186.
Jose Saragusti, building inspector for the city, presenting the case number as read. The case is not comply. The customer made a great effort to comply with the case. They have several permits in process at this time. For that, the city support 56-day extension and stop the fines.
Okay, when this case was heard, we imposed the fine. That's reheard, and we'll instead extend the time for compliance, which is 56 days. The fine will be suspended during that period of time. Do you want an order to reappear?
Okay.
An order to
I
reappear.
agree. Yep. Thank you.
Thank you.
On the bottom of page 23, property address 1516 North Dixie Highway, owner 1516 North Dixie Highway LLC, case number BE 24090081. This case was first heard on 10/16/25 to comply by 2/19/26. One section not complied at $50. Total accrued fines $4,500. The city is requesting a 91-day extension.
And Your Honor, just for the record, the property owner was here first thing in the morning. He advised me that he was very ill and unable to stay, and he understood that we were still going to hear the case anyways.
Okay. I'll find that there's notice. You want to extend the time for compliance 91 days? Is that right?
Mm-hmm. He's trying to sell the property.
Okay. The time for compliance will be extended to August 20th. Suspend the fines during that period of time. You want an order to reappear or not?
No.
No.
Okay.
Yep. Moving on to page 24, property address 1826 Southwest 29th Street, case number BE 24080264. Owner Timothy Henry, Glenn P. Henry, this case was first heard on 4/17/25 to comply by 8/21/25. Fine suspended as noted. One section complied at $50. Total accrued fines $5,900. The city is requesting to reduce to administrative costs of $1,221.
All right, I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Accept the sworn testimony of the city that the property is currently in compliance. I accept the city recommendation to waive the fine amount, but I'll impose administrative costs of $1,221.
Page 25, property address 903 East Cypress Creek Road, owner 903 Cypress Creek LLC, case number BE 25020197. This case was first heard on 10/16/25 to comply by 2/19/26. One section complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $4,450.
I'll find that there's
Which
notice.
continues to accrue, right?
I'm sorry?
Oh, they're compliant, sorry. We're just imposing the full amount.
Right.
Yes.
I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. I'll note for the record, the testimony of the city is that it's complied, but there's an existing fine of $4,450. I'll impose that fine.
Page 26, at the bottom, property address 1590 Southwest 31st Ave, case number BE 25040165. Owner Laurent D. Laud Sartori, Sunshine Hetty Sartori. This case was first heard on 11/20/25 to comply by 1/15/26. One section not complied at $100. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $12,500, which continues to accrue.
I'll Find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The order hasn't been complied with. I'll impose the fine.
Page 27 at the bottom, property address 300 Northeast 4th Street. Case number BE 241000155. Owner Dependable Equities LLC. This case was first heard on 4/17/25 to comply by 8/21/25. Fine suspended as noted. One section complied at $100. The city is requesting to abate all fines.
Why are we doing that?
I'm not sure. Andrew, is he still here? 300 Northeast 4th Street. We're abating the fines. Why?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, why? Why?
Because they just had built a temporary parking lot and then they ripped it up. And then they're building that 50-story building there. So they didn't, we kind of like let them go on the fence and the actual work that they did, so.
All right. All right, I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. The property is currently in compliance, right? Okay. I find that the property is currently in compliance. Pursuant to the city request, I will abate the fines.
Moving on to page 28, property address 317 Southwest 9th Ave, case number BE 240700028, owner Kyle Hershey. This case was first heard on 2/20/25 to comply by 6/19/25. Fine suspended as noted. One section not complied at $100. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $24,400, which continues to accrue.
All right, I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The order has not been complied with. I'll impose the fine.
Moving on to page 29, property address 1120 Southwest 30th Street, owner Sheldon Bennett, case number BE 250200160. This case was first heard on 9/18/25 to comply by 1/15/26. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $6,250, which continues to accrue.
I find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The order has not been complied with. I'll impose the fine.
Moving on to page 30, property address 2420 Southwest 15th Street, case number BE 250300061, owner Bill Masinga Casina. This case was first heard on 9/18/25 to comply by 1/16/26. One section complied at $50. Total accrued fines $5,450. The city is requesting to reduce to administrative costs of $946.
All right, I'll find there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. I note for the record the property is currently in compliance. I'll accept the city recommendation to reduce the fine to administrative costs, which are $946.
The bottom of page 30, property address 3000 East Oakland Park Boulevard, case number BE 24050084, owner Claridge Homes 3000 Waterside LP. This case was first heard on 11/21/24 to comply by 1/2/25. Fine suspended as noted. One section not complied at $50. Total accrued fines $19,200. The city is requesting to vacate the final order of 11/21/24 and close case.
What happened?
This one was by the governor's directive on the expired permit situation, where it's a property, and the governor's directive on permit expiration.
Yeah, so this is where a case where the attorney submitted a letter to exercise his rights to pull the permit.
All right, you might have to give me a little more detail than that. I'm not opposed to it. I just want to understand exactly what's going on.
So there's a number of governor's emergency orders. This has been happening for more than a couple years now, and the governor orders tolling permits provides a mechanism by which property owners can request tolling pursuant to those emergency orders if they're done within a certain time frame, and then you calculate it's this whole number calculation.
Does it apply statewide, or is it on a case-by-case basis?
It depends on the order. So
Do they do some case-by-case?
None are case by case, some are, it's by geography.
Okay.
So I guess in this case, the property owner's attorney asked for a tolling, and so that's why.
Okay, and so pursuant to the governor's order, you guys decided that it was applicable in this case, and you want me to vacate the final order, which I'll do, and you want me to close the case, which I'll do. Okay, thank you. Thanks for that information.
I did. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Your Honor. At this time, we would like to have all the cases listed on page 33 into the record as closed.
Okay, noted for the record, they are closed.
Thank you. This concludes our May 21st, 2026 Special Magistrate hearing for the Building Division.